Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren. Right?
Zardoz speaks to you.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
We got to put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
I have an important message for you. You did it! It's graduation day! Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Happy graduation day! You all earned one of these babies. And now, a word from our beloved principal.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Where's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
Great sandwich!
Thank you. I enjoyed having you here. You're a very good co-host.
Hi there. How is everybody doing? I am not alone. I have a couple of men with me.
Ne'er-do-wells.
A couple of ne'er-do-wells. Say hello, boys.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We got Rogan.
We already have a mouse dropping.
Bam!
Oh man!
Right
out the gate, as they say.
And the bells.
Finagle that. Marcurius Aulicus, my favorite Roman emperor. I don't know. Some coins for the tip jar. Thank you. My $2 Australian. Thank you so much,
G'day,
Mercurius. He is in the outer inner circle.
Yes. Is that like $5 American?
More?
Or 7? Bring it on. Thank you.
Think so. Do not think so. Hey, Crazymouse, can you do me a huge favor? Can you turn the other lamp on over there? I think I misjudged how much light I would need. It's just the red button in the back. See, he is multi-talent. He's like the stage director. No, turn both of them on. The other one. Yep. Oh my Lord, you're missing. We have another one. Jeff Hatch. Thank you so much, Crazymouse. Yeah, there we go. Buy a razor. Why would I want to do that, Jeff? But for your $2, let me do something for Jeff.
Oh, wait,
Hatch.
whoa.
Holy smokeroos. Whoa.
Great googly moogly. Look at this.
Okay, holy smokes. We ain't even 5 minutes in.
Hit the big one first.
You got it. Let the skullduggery and tomfoolery commence. $20. Emery Kalame. How you doing? Emery doesn't... he may not come in often, but I remember he was like one of my first super chatters from before. I always remember that. I'm like, oh, Emery just super chatted.
Looks like the Grimace.
I believe so. Emery, thank you so much. $20. That is way kind. Thank you. You guys are being overly generous already. What do you guys think? Some skullduggery and tomfoolery?
I'm all for it.
Yep. Those are our other two co-hosts.
Absolutely. And
I remember when we went to... I worked in a kitchen at a grocery store called... And it was Prepared Foods is what our department was called. And we had like real live chefs that worked there. And even though I wore a chef coat, I was not a chef. But I remember that they had a fundraiser at the zoo, which our grocery store was sponsoring. And we were all finished setting up. And the head chef, named Chef Chris, took me and this other guy, a real chef named Chef Dave. And we're just walking around the zoo, and we swung by the monkey cages. And I just said, looks like I'm looking for a couple of new chefs right now. And I couldn't stop laughing. I still laugh thinking about that now, because you should have seen these.
Yeah, you don't laugh very often. So
no, I'm a
when
tough
you're,
laugh.
Yeah, he's a tough.
Yes, you are.
It's tough to get a genuine laugh out of
Chef Crazymouse. I have a culinary background, but I'm not a chef.
It's a good cook. We have another super chat. Our old friend Tora, not to be outdone. Don't shave.
Don't shave.
Yeah, you make that look good. Thank you. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Like I've been clean shaven since I started the channel, but I've always vacillated. These guys will tell you. I've gone, beards, beardless, beards, beardless. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. I think sometimes you just got to change things up.
Mixing it up.
Yeah, why not?
Double D shaves with the sharpened bones of our player characters after they die.
Hey now.
Mrs. Double D chooses when he shaves and when he doesn't. It's like going to bed with a new man.
Yeah, she liked it. She came up to me when she saw I was growing it, and she's like,
Jiminy Christmas.
She like,
you got another one.
Great googly moogly.
Smokes. Oh, good Lord. This is like the old Miller beer. Less filling, tastes great. Just need Rodney Digital. Jeff Hatch, thank you so much. And speaking of Jeff, I have something here. Let me do something for our old friend Jeff. Now, you guys remember this last time?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff is having some skullduggery and tomfoolery of his own.
Santa Clara. Correct?
Santa Clara style.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Pretty good pimp country there, I think.
Cali, right?
Yep.
Jeff,
is Snoop going to be in the house? He may or may not be. Who knows? Show up and find out.
Is that Snoop territory? All right. So we are on November 20th. Now I won't be there. That is a little far away from the Casa. Good Lord.
Another one just popped up.
Less filling. Tastes great. You guys are too kind. Please, you don't have to do this. I will maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just ignore both of them, or should the one who's given the most? No. I'd never want to be like that. I will ponder both of you and your points of view, and I will see. I'll see how it goes. Like I said, maybe Mrs. D will be the ultimate judge. She seemed to like it, and we had a very nice weekend, Mrs. D. We were at a kind of like an Oktoberfest thing, which I did a little short on. We're playing Luftballons. Snoop may as well be. He's everywhere else. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, Jeff Hatch. This is at the, looks like it's the Marriott in Santa Clara. So if you guys, let's see here, the Baaconda 6, November 20th through the 22nd. Well, at 6 p.m. on November 6th, we will gather in the convention area. Yeah, I don't know if that's, Jeff, you'll have to let us know if it's on the 20th, because I see at the bottom it's 20th through the 22nd. Here you have November 6th. I'm going to guess it was not November 6th, that it's actually coming up on November 20th through the 22nd. So celebrate your Thanksgiving season with some of our friends, because Yeah, there we go. Cal, our fearless moderator, is actually going to be there. So if you guys want to see a celebrity, you got to go to VengerCon to see me. I'm the celebrity guest there. I think Cal is the celebrity guest at the Baconda Gaming Convention. So yeah, there'll be games, fun of all kinds. So yes, I am very happy to pimp that for Jeff. These little conventions, I like these ideas.
I think it's good. It's a little more intimate
Yeah.
than the Gen Con, which serves a
Yeah.
purpose, but like
you
know,
can
just thousands and thousands of people.
Exactly. Let me get my camera a little tilted.
Jeff said it is a typo.
That's all right. I think people get the message. Cal is painting a mini right now. Thanks again, Cal, for patrolling the grounds, as they say.
No pineapple on pizza.
Oh, dude, I love pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, I don't know how my dolphins are effing up your shit, but it's too bad, Mike. Yeah, I do. And keep in mind, I'm a 7-year Pizza Hut veteran. And I do. Now, look, do I get it all the time? No, but I always found it odd that was like so. I don't know, so controversial,
polarizing.
It is. I mean, just in this room, I mean, I'm a no, and you guys are both a yes. You know.
But do you hate it? There's some people who go out of their way and they'll pull out the cross.
I guess I don't hate it, but I would also never order it. Not even like, oh, I'll mix it up. Like I wouldn't do that either.
If it was free at an event, would you? And it was the only thing left. Would you eat it?
Well, if you put it that way, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that to me, that's reasonable. You don't you don't prefer it, but it'll do in a pinch. It's pizza. Good Lord, can't believe people still bicker
It's
about
like a Ginger Marianne question.
Well, I can't fathom sardines.
Sardines.
Someone else just typed that in too.
Oh, really?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Anchovies. That's it. Anchovies.
Same deal. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, we would get one of
Salted
those
fishies.
every couple weeks at Pizza Hut. There'd be like an anchovy order. Yeah, and they did. They came in those little cans, and I don't know. At the time, I thought they were disgusting. I guess they still are because they smell and they're in that like oil.
Right.
But God be with you. I'm not going to make a huge deal out of it. I mean, for God's sakes, it's a fucking fish. I mean, I guess it's just salty, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that? Now, do you like anchovies on yours?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Okay. Thought you were going to throw us for a loop there.
No way. No.
Pineapple, no. Anchovy, yes.
Extra anchovy. No. When I go, there's one.
Oh, our old friend. Hungar, the Starvarian. How you doing? Hungar is just awesome. Yes,
he is.
Yes, he is. If you guys, please subscribe to Hungar's channel. He is one of the best dudes ever. Brother of DM James. Yeah, love Hungar. Cal, you have my permission. I can't do this for everybody, but put Hungar's channel link in the chat. Now stay here, of course, but make sure you subscribe at some
after.
point. Yeah,
Because Hungar is awesome.
That's right. Hungar the Starvarian. Fact check. True.
Snoops says yes.
This came up today on Twitter, and I had never thought of this. It's our old friend, T-shirted historian. Good guy. I'm going to assume most of you guys are already subscribed to T-shirted. He runs a couple of live streams every week, Week in Geek, and then the Tuesday Hangout. So obviously, support our old friend T-shirted. But he kind of came up with this question, and I had never thought of it before, and I wonder if you guys have. It's regarding D&D or its derivatives. But when you cast a Raise the Dead spell,
What the hell is that? And I cannot turn my freaking phone down until I get a text.
it's all right.
Oh my God.
Is it
Who do you think?
Gavin? Yeah. Tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Tell him we're on. Tell him we're live.
He lifted a 270-pound water heater today at work, not even at home. So he's trying now to get sent home for disabilities or something like that. There, got it.
All right. When you cast the Raise Dead spell on a person who died of old age, what happens?
Oh. He probably died shortly after that.
That's a good question.
I never pondered this before.
Wow, that's with Schrodinger's cat right there.
So the question is when you raise them from the dead, what age do they come back at?
I guess they're supposed to come back
where you left them
where
off.
Yeah, where they died, right? What do you guys think in the chat?
Now, are they whole and alive? Or are they undead?
Well, raised dead means that they're kosher.
Okay.
They're not undead. I mean, they're sort of undead, but not in the way you're thinking. Yeah, they're church sanctioned, alive. Yeah, but it's like, that's what I'm saying. They die of old age like a natural cause. Do you just raise them and then they go back down again?
Their candles relit
and then snuffed.
Yeah,
relit and snuffed.
Yeah, you know I never thought of that as well.
Yep. I don't know.
Howard Hughes says, if you cast Raise Dead on someone who died eating pineapple pizza, do they still like it?
Yes.
Yes,
of course they do, Howard. Thank you for being a member. Thank all of you members. Jeff, Tora, all you guys. Of course, Mercurius. All you channel members.
They come back as Nightbot.
Yeah. I see Larynjaco's here. Thank you. I don't know if Eric is here or not.
I saw him.
Oh, did you see? Hello, Eric. My old
Panthers in the house.
Jeez, man. The gang's all here. All right, so let's do a little bit of news. Got a couple things I want to get through. Let's go to the
Just ask Joe Biden.
All right, I'm gonna have to take control here, Crazymouse. Yes, the shipment for the Deck of Many Things set is delayed. It's important to us. Now, this is, of course, Wizards is releasing the Deck of Many Things along with the Book of Many Things. So they're giving you an actual physical card set, like a tarot card set. And also, I guess, a book of adventures and stuff that you can do with it. $99.
Huh?
It's a budget buster.
Wowie zowie. Does it weigh 33 pounds?
$99. So knowing that, and this is the one, of course, where the girl, Mackenzie de Armas, has rewritten one of her pet characters, the autistic paladin, Asteria, I think is her name, as the creator of the Deck of Many Things. She wrote herself into the fabric of the D&D history. Well, her autistic character. Of course, Mackenzie brags about being autistic too. So yeah, this is not something I'm going to get, but it's important to us at Wizards of the Coast that our customers are delighted with the quality of the product they receive. After an internal review, we found the product didn't meet our manufacturing standards. Unfortunately, making this right will delay the release of the physical product, both directly from Wizards as well as our retail partners. The digital release of Book of Many Things will not be impacted. Well, duh. And will still release on Tuesday, November 4th, so next week. Purchasers of the physical digital bundle will still receive early access to the Book of Many Things. So we're sorry to those of you. Thank you. So they don't tell what happened. What do you guys think?
Doesn't meet their standards.
It's like the Snow White fiasco.
Could be.
Yeah. What does the chat think? You think they just effed up the printing? Like stuff was like bleeding, like the ink was bleeding, or just they just looked at it and said, "This is shit."
Just like the Snow White thing.
Yeah.
The printers aren't.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
The printers will be hasty if there's a print issue, for a company like that. So I don't believe it was a print issue. I'm going to make that assumption right there.
Well, if it's a print issue and they had to get stuff reprinted, I think that shit comes from China. I mean, I think they get their stuff from China as well. Oops. Let me grab that again. I wanted to read that. Yep. Eric C. Justikiar. One of my Der Truers. Der Truer Eric C. Does anyone actually think this delay is going to improve anything? No, it won't. That's why I think it's just like a physical defect. Like they all came back with like black marks on something, and they're asking people to pay $99 for it. As a white man who games in his basement, I shouldn't be buying this anyway. Yes, absolutely, Greg or Eric. Yes, absolutely. So doesn't really affect us. Now, I don't know if I'll be getting a copy of the Book of Many Things. See, I have a lot of fans who send me things. Like I got a copy of the Planescape. The new Planescape set, which I may or may not be working on as a video, from my old friend Joey Jojo Shabadoo. And maybe Joey Jojo will give me a copy of the Book of Many Things. So we'll just have to see. Then you'll get my take on it.
So supposedly an autistic paladin created the Deck of Many Things.
Which is crazy because there's so much bad shit in the Deck of Many Things. It's like, half good, half bad. To think that a paladin would be responsible for such a chaotic item. Paladins who are supposed to be chaotic or lawful good, creating such a chaotic item that could really
like Mother
mess.
Teresa giggling in the back of the classroom.
Yeah.
After throwing a spitball.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, you're naturally like, wait, that just it doesn't track. Although maybe the fact that she's autistic has something to do with it. Sorry, I was going through a, autistic.
And
what if Mother Teresa was a rabble rouser?
Do we know much about her?
Well, she's a
life?
saint now, so
yeah.
So the author of this is a self-described and proud autistic person as well.
Well, one of them. That's the thing. They will make you believe that this Mackenzie de Armas is like one of the lead authors. She's just not qualified. I mean, she's not talented enough. 1 second here. I'm going to try to find something I was looking at about this very thing. So it's this guy Jason Tondo, I think. Here, let me. All right, so we'll pull it up. We'll watch this for a sec here, for a momentito. Back to the EFAP screen. Do you guys like the way I can just go back and forth here?
It's wild.
It's like I'm a man with total control. Well, here we go. So it's our old friend Todd. Right.
Does he have fake hair?
Todd?
Because he was just bald.
I think I think he just probably shaved it. I don't think
think he has
a wig. I don't think he has like a hairpiece or anything like that.
I don't know.
Like a
hair club for men. Who knows?
Like a Hank Stram
like
hairpiece
going on. Like every time this guy in the interview, does he have a goatee? Like he changes. He's a chameleon.
He also DM'd one that we watched one time, right? One of those live
I don't
plays?
think he did.
I don't know if he
or was he part of one? Maybe
He's been in
on the panel.
He's interviewed the Jen Kretschmer. Is that her name?
Yeah. Yep. And he did the Jeremy
Lex
Crawford.
Luthor,
Yeah.
right? Like a baby seal. And then
like a baby.
yeah, he's like, I'm telling you, guy He mixes up his appearance.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it because we
Should be
do
sound
get
now,
both
guys.
player
Thank you
options,
for
adventure
alerting me to
hooks,
that. I got to
all this
toggle a
content,
switch
and then
off.
We physically get cards.
This is a new kind of product. We've never done anything like this before. It's a box set. You get 2 books and 66 cards. So let's start with the cards. You get 66.
I mean, those are okay. I mean, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. But I also love how Wizards is just promoting this Mackenzie de Armas, and it's just another old white guy who's, let's face it, he did everything here. I mean,
right,
for sure.
Tarot-sized.
It kind of breaks the suspension of disbelief. If you look closely at these cards, the Wizards of the Coast, they put the effing trademark on the business side, where your character would be looking at it.
Deck of Anything's cards with gold
Do you
foil
see that?
edges and a unique gold foil treatment on
Right.
each card. This triples the size of the deck. So you have the original classic deck of 22 cards, but then you also get the 44 more new cards, which we call the Deck of Many More Things. And we did this so that you could deck build your deck. The idea that you can build a deck of many
I
things.
pictured him going, right.
Right, yeah, like he does in the intro. Right. So there you go. There's the real talent behind it, such as it is. I'm not saying Jason has a ton either, but...
See, they're trying to slide one of these collectible card game deal things, Magic the Gathering crap on us D&D players in a sly fashion.
Yep. Well, it's not deck building; it's quote unquote adventure building. Because I did preview this a little. We'll watch like a quarter of this till we get to that. I don't want to spend the whole time on this.
That's perfect for your table and for your players and for the story that you want to tell, right? And you can just include the cards that you want. So that's the
like the artwork is good, but I wouldn't say it's terribly inspiring. If I'm paying $99 for something, I'd say get rid of the effing book and get an artist. Well, you probably couldn't afford him now, but someone like a Tony DiTerlizzi.
Absolutely.
Somebody along those lines. It's going to make it worth it. You're actually going to have a genuine collector's item on your hand. This is just disposable garbage like everything they produce these days.
deck. Then we have an 80-page hardback reference guide to the cards that illustrates every card and gives all of their interpretive meanings. Every card has a place, a person, a monster or hazard, a treasure, and a situation. And then, because the
and a recipe and direction.
Yes. It's like chicken soup for the soul. It has one of those uplifting things on it too. Five things you have to remember. What happened to just drawing it and like, all right, you're zapped to the astral plane, or you die instantly?
Yeah,
that was part of the fun. Is just the suddenness. Like everybody, like literally just on their hands, sitting on their hands, like waiting for the person to draw and figure out what it was.
You gain 5 levels, but you grow a 3rd arm.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
Gavin would think that could hold another sword.
Yeah, exactly.
I fight three-handed.
But it's a chicken arm.
The card can be reversed or upside down. There's 5 more meanings for all of those. So every card can be read 10 different ways, depending on where it appears in the spread.
It's just way too complicated.
Holy cow.
They have to justify like the price tag, so that's why they're doing it.
And whether it's face up or upside down. And the guidebook also explains how to use it as an oracle deck.
Travis says, but wait, there's more.
You have a bunch of sample spreads. 1 card, 3 card, 5 card spreads.
Slap. We need Vince on one of these. Yeah, he could sell ice to an Eskimo. So, I wonder what he's doing these days.
For using the deck.
Biting hookers.
Yeah, I was gonna say beating up. Was he the tranny hooker, or was that Eddie Murphy? Maybe am I thinking of?
Eddie Murphy did get caught with a tranny, but I think Slap Chop he did something with a hooker.
Yeah. She like bit his lip or something, or he bit her. It was like nasty. Like there was. Oof.
And the adventure spread, which is a way that it.
To your point, Rogan. Here we go. The adventure spread. Could you imagine, like, oh my God, he's going to talk about the adventure spread. This is going to be good. Let's hear it.
DM can use the deck of many things to outline an adventure. You place 9 cards in a particular pattern. You start off with a card that represents the players, the party, before the adventure starts. You know, they're at the tavern, or they're having a party, or whatever.
At a festival.
And then another card crosses over that to be the sort of inciting event, the thing that kicks the adventure off. Some guy staggers into the tavern with an arrow in his chest and a map in his hand, you know, like whatever. And that's the second card. Then you have a card for the journey that represents the journey to the adventure, a card for the doorway, the entrance to the adventure, whatever it might be, and then a number of challenges. We use 3 in our example, but you might have more or fewer depending on how.
Sounds like ye old railroad to me.
Yeah, well, I'm like, why have a DM?
Yeah, exactly. Well, don't give them any idea. This may be like, I mean, don't discount it that they're just kind of like throwing these things at the wall, you know, to maybe see what works a little bit and, you know, what they can salvage for later.
Well, that's a pretty big risk for $99 plus tax and delivery.
How much time you have in your game session. And then a final treasure card with the guardian card over top of it, protecting it.
Couldn't you just do this with like random encounter tables? Like a lot of like games have like just random tables.
Absolutely.
Black Lodge, I swear I wasn't peeking, but yeah, we were thinking the exact same thing. That's all this is just, only it's more confusing, right?
Right. Let me tell you how I knew that this system worked.
Oh boy.
So James Wyatt made this whole system work. I came up with the basic idea for the adventure spread, but Wyatt is the person that executed.
There's the humble brag. I kind of came up with the idea, but don't give me credit.
And made it work.
James Wyatt.
And to test it, he picked 9 cards from the classic deck, and he laid them out in the adventure spread, and he created an adventure from it. And we reprint that in the book.
Oh, nice.
So you have a sample.
Right.
The same one that right. But then, Dan Dillon, who's also a writer on this project.
Dan Dillon, lunatic, came over from Kobold Press. I think he's in my Kobold Press video if you guys ever want to peek Dan Dillon. He has me blocked on Twitter. So F Dan Dillon, thank you.
Took the same cards, rearranged them, and placed them out in a new order, just shuffled them. And then he made a different adventure with those same 9 cards. And then Carl Sibley, who's also a writer on this project, did the same thing again.
Oh
and when I knew that we had made 3 different adventures, wildly different adventures from the same 9 cards.
Well, how is it an adventure without
this? Yeah.
Hold on, and how is it wildly different if there's like a dragon in each one? Or whatever, you know, whatever the guardian is guarding the treasure. I mean, it's the same, everyone's going after the same treasure.
Yeah.
But it's just a different guardian. You just meet the dragon at a different time. The dragon stumbles into the tablet.
Exactly.
Who's
hold
the
on, guys. Hold on. Yeah,
who's the guardian? What's like? I marvel at
the guardian of this one in my adventure is the guy with an arrow in his chest.
Yeah.
Every time I think there's a low, I'm all right. We've hit bottom.
Yeah, they keep setting the bar lower, and they are formidable limboers because they just
right
limbo
there.
under it.
They stand right there as the bottom drops out. Holy cow!
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing that Black Lodge was saying, and it's just like these are just random adventure tables.
Right, exactly.
It's
just shuffled up.
Yeah.
So exactly. they drew the cards and they did the card adventure, but did they play the adventure? Doesn't sound like it.
Well, who needs to play?
Right.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's God.
If anyone needs a bigger reason, a more important reason to hate Wizards of the Coast, I mean, this is it right here, honestly.
Yeah. Rogan, you got a question?
Yes, sir.
From Eric C.
True story.
Yep.
Yeah, it's baffling. It's ponderous. It's ponderous.
It's ponderous, man. As Casey Kasem said. It's ponderous. All right. That was the only bit of quote unquote news.
We took this show with these 3 people and we got a show. But then what we did is this 3 people, we just sat in different chairs.
Yeah.
And we just
it's totally different.
Show.
We could come up with 10 different shows for each character.
You guys go through a field. Oh, I'm sorry. This one's different. A graveyard. Isn't that the same graveyard we went through in the last adventure? Oh boy. I guess they're just playing to their audience, who I guess can't think of an adventure. They can't steal things in better ways. Right. They just have to just deal a set of cards. I don't know.
But was anybody asking for this?
No, I don't.
You know,
maybe did they say how many they sold and they needed to reprint or anything like that?
No, it's actually not for sale yet. I think it was supposed to drop on the 14th, and I think
the printing issue happened.
Yeah, the printing issue happened. So that book of
Did
many
the printing issue really happen, or are they just delaying it?
Well,
you know, because
I don't know.
maybe it's not like getting enough attention, so let's make some attention with like there's a printing problem with this brand new thing. We could hype it up for a little bit longer and rebrand it or tweak it and then come out with it a couple months afterwards.
Possible, yeah.
So you still have time to buy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not too late. It's like those old commercials. Call within the next 2 minutes, and you'll get this, and then you see the same commercial 10 days later. It's the same countdown. I know Pundit did a video on this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it. I've just been way busy with like regular
Our
work.
Operators are standing by. They're on fucking overtime because they've been sitting here for the 2 weeks till this commercial.
Yeah, they've been waiting for you to call. Plus, it's like, all right, so the Book of Many Things is going to be available on the 14th. What good is the Book of Many Things without the Deck of Many Things? I mean, I guess you could just use, which I would recommend anyway, just find one of a million tarot decks out there that are probably have a lot better art in them. Let's be frank. I know my daughter collects tarot decks, and she has some really nice ones. Cal's. Yeah.
Cal, that's funny.
Yeah. Moderator and wisecracker.
Yep.
Good job, Cal.
He's one of the tomfooleries.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, shall we go and get into the meat of the show?
Yeah, these appetizers weren't very appetizing.
Meat of the show in 40 minutes in. So I honestly didn't set out. I do occasionally watch Scott's channel, but not like, oh, how can we make fun of Scott? And I don't even know if I'm so much going to make fun of Scott, but he's actually going to be the intro to something I wanted to look at in and of itself. So he's kind of like the, he's given his monologue here. So we'll let Scott have his due. But, we'll catch up with Scott. It's okay.
To set this up, Double D, because Scott and I are colleagues. He did not have an idea for a show or a video. However, he just got an order from Arby's. And go.
Let's get into it. Our old friend Scotty. I've turned the corner. I like Scott now. I don't know. Call me crazy. I know he's a goofball, but
I like him.
I love
quirky,
this.
And we have the same job.
Yes.
Never hated him. Just
yeah. Oh yeah. It was never like hate. There were times I was frustrated.
No
with him,
vitriol.
Not at all.
There were times that he just confounded us.
One could argue, who do we tease more, Scott or Gavin?
Gavin's our own personal
we love him.
Scott. Yeah, we do. Yeah, he gets.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop news.
He's at, if you look at right there.
Oh,
he's at a Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
He is.
Yeah.
So I
Good
apologize.
catch.
I said Arby's. I meant Chick-fil-A.
He said he's picking up the DoorDash. Scott, I hope you're making good tips out there. God, I would love for him to do one of these videos if he starts doing Uber. Scott, please start Ubering people and start filming
their reactions.
Yeah, start invite them to throw in.
Do you remember when he did a video on Barbie?
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that Neil deGrasse Tyson, if I'm pronouncing it right, figured out where Barbie's house really is? It's not in California, it's in Florida. from where the palm trees,
really?
the location with an
Nice.
ocean on each side, and all this other stuff. So Barbie is geographically incorrect. Barbie is really in Florida.
Yeah.
According to science.
Barbie is secretly based,
Yeah.
living in Florida.
Yep.
She's not in California.
Someone, Jacob Jones says we got nostril cam working.
He's done this before. Scott has. He just kind of sets. It's got to be
a cup holder.
Yeah, got to be a cup holder, right? He's got one of those cup holder things, or he just props it up. No, it would be shaking quite a bit if.
I'm absolutely fascinated by this new tabletop news channel. It's right here on YouTube.
So we're gonna. That's the intro he's providing for us. We're gonna look at this tabletop news channel, which call me crazy. I guess I had never heard of, but holy smokes! We'll let Scott take it away because he has some things to say about it. We'll see if they're right or not.
And I think it goes beyond the channel. It's a tabletop news is an attempt to make a real news source to cover the news in tabletop role-playing games specifically. Now, and actually, if you ask them, they might be like, well, we also cover CCGs and we also cover, board games.
Keep pausing.
They do.
What is that? On his visor, there's like stickers.
Yeah.
Do you know like when a football team
like the Buckeyes.
And I was going to say like George with the dog bones. Like that's what that is.
What are those?
5-star reviews.
I mean, Bleecker has it. Yeah. He just hit another woman.
How many people he's taken out? You're exactly right, Rogan.
Bleecker, that's Bleeker's right there.
Yeah, Chris Miller just said it's how many cows he's killed. It's how many mailboxes he's hit.
22.
Meals not delivered.
It's got to be important because there's a bunch of them up there.
This is why we have the best chat around. You guys are, as always, killing it. That one got me. All right. Yeah, boy, I would pay a little bit of money to Scott to know what those are for.
Blah 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 blah.
Good eye as always, Crazymouse. That's why we're a team.
Yeah, but first of all, like honestly, they are listing a lot of tabletop role-playing game news material, right? And that means they have to be role-playing games.
Just drove by McDonald's. I just saw.
Oh yeah,
I just saw the arches.
I think he's what around Philly. I think.
Hey, my meal's cold. Why did it take 2 hours? Sorry, I was doing a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Yep. People probably just fear if they get him. Oh man, they'll text him. This isn't Scott, is it? Where's my
him just driving around in a circle. Oh Jesus, we got that guy from YouTube.
It's like Big Lebowski. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the food, Garibay? Bring him inside, put his head in the toilet. Where's my food?
Reason why is tabletop role-playing games are not even remotely the largest tabletop
being a seizure
segment, right? Both board games and CGGs are much larger than role-playing games. But the majority of the stories on tabletop news, from what I can tell, or at least the ones that are put forward most prominently.
What was that bump? He hit a cow.
He's going to put another sticker on that visor.
Tabletop news, from what I can tell, or at least the ones that are put forward most prominently, are role-playing games. So this is they're saying tabletop news. They're giving themselves some.
It's either our fine Pennsylvania roads, because he is outside of Philly, I think. So I don't think the roads are any better down there than they are up here.
Truick said he probably just ran over
someone's dog. What if he hit a bump and he just takes a sticker out, like licks it, puts it up? All right.
All cows and one red chicken. That's what Overkill Joe is seeing too.
Grandma rolls over the hood.
He doesn't have a sticker for a walker, though, right?
Poke fun because we love you,
I
Scott.
know, and the thing is, if for all the people out there that say we're making fun of him, we're not. We're taking a scenario and just expanding on it.
Yeah, it's just...
And at no point, this could be me.
This is
right.
This is observational humor by us in the chat 101. So,
Yes, Surly, that scene from Airplane.
Prioritizing role-playing game products. And what I want to talk to you about today is I think they are purposely, it is my humble opinion, that they have made, there was a meeting and they have said, do not say Dungeons and Dragons on tabletop role-playing games.
All right, so one thing has not changed, if you recall. For some reason, Scott is like super protective of the D&D brand.
I do recall that.
Like, and not like maybe we are with like Gary's Legacy and all that. Like, he's super protective of the like the 5e, you know, with the monstrosity it's become. God, I'd love to. Wouldn't you love to have him on the show?
Yeah,
at some point.
I mean, he's all about like you got to drop your friends. I mean, like some really extreme.
Yeah, he's gone to some. He's gone to some dark places, hasn't he? In some of these.
If Raven thinks that you grew a beard to look like. So.
Oh, come on, come on now. Mine's a little. Yeah, I guess his is trimmed pretty good.
Today it is. Today is also the first time that he is not wearing a hat. He's always wearing a hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out what his hat was about.
Yeah. So you can tell already he's setting it up that this tabletop role-playing game news YouTube channel is against D&D. You know, they've gone against the family. All right.
On tabletop news, right? So I just watched episode 3. I encourage you to go over to...
We will be watching episode 3, by the way. So we will watch this. I did a little research and I found out what episode 3 was. So we'll see if Scott's right.
Tabletop News' YouTube site and watch episode 3 and tell me if I'm wrong. I think this is correct, right? They never mentioned Dungeons & Dragons once, even though they talk about Dungeons & Dragons multiple times. A good example of this is they talked about Critical Role played Wembley Stadium. Critical Role didn't play Wembley Stadium.
Well, you played at his table, Webhead Mike. Holy smokes. We're not on StreamYard, so I can't just link in a guest right now. But if you keep hanging around, like when we have guests on, I may do it more on StreamYards. If you're on Twitter, Webhead Mike, get a hold of me. Because I actually wouldn't mind hearing that. Now remember, we don't want to like demonize the guy, and I'm sure you're not going to do that. But it would be kind of interesting to hear what it's like to sit down and roll dice with Scott.
Dungeons and Dragons was played in Wembley Stadium. That's the real event, right? Like nobody cares that it was Critical Role, right?
So he's
had a banana in the tailpipe.
It's getting to the point where it's like there's so much going on because it's like all the extraneous like stuff, observational stuff, and then like the stuff that he's saying just makes no sense whatsoever. So Critical Role played a live game. You guys know, or at least are familiar with what Critical Role is, I presume, right?
Right.
The Liveplay experts, well, they did. They played in like Wembley. Not stadium. Yeah, that's the soccer one. It's the indoor Wembley one. So they had 12,000 people watching them play D&D.
The Wembley lunchroom?
Wembley, yeah, they're in the Wembley super lunchroom.
Cafeteria.
Yeah, people paid money to go see them play D&D, 12,000. Now look, I'm not going to be sit here and, like be jealous. That's great on them, but it's just kind of sad that people... I don't know how they get invested that much that they would want to do that rather than just thinking about their next game and just having a game. I don't know.
Patty's leaving. Have a good night, Patty.
Hey, Patty. Yeah, I knew Patty would be in for just a couple.
Also, Webhead Mike said he will DM you on
cool.
Twitter.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we'll try to circle you in at some point. Yeah, it's crazy. So he's saying
Wembley in where I'm thinking it is.
It's London. I mean, yeah. I mean,
there's a famous. Arena there, isn't it? Royal Albert Hall or something like that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's London, so there's a lot of old stuff there. There's the old Wimbledon and Wembley Stadium, I think, is where the NFL plays when they go to London.
It is. And I mean,
where their soccer
that's a
team
huge
plays, too.
venue, but like Royal Albert Hall is like a smaller venue.
Yeah, this is like the Wembley Arena essentially. It would be like whatever, like a basketball, or whatever. I don't know, or something like that. I don't know.
Albert Hall is that where they put? Oh, never mind.
Chthonic musings. I wonder how many of those 12,000 actually play D&D themselves. Yeah, boy, wouldn't it be something if somebody suggested to them like, hey, you have 12,000. You're sitting around 12,000 people in the same city. I wonder how many thought like maybe we should mingle and see if anybody wants to play with us, or anybody interested in getting a game together. But no, I think the way these people think is they watch Critical Role. Oh, Critical Role came to my hometown. I'll pay money to see him in person, play a live game. Just crazy, isn't it? But one thing you can't deny is they're very good at what they do, these semi-staged games, which are, in my opinion, they're soft scripted. Not completely, but I think players go over things with each other beforehand.
And
like
they're acted out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure that like some professional players probably tell them what to do.
These are professional voice actors.
Yeah, but
so
like maybe someone else who plays more often said, kind of like how we play Otto and Roland. They're listening to the audience of what to do.
Right,
next.
right. Oh yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, they probably take their cues from, I guess the people around them. And if you're going to do that, it's worked for them. I mean, good Lord, they are so successful. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, then Dungeons and Drama.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think like you'll have like two players like, hey, we're going to be at an inn tonight. I'm going to start talking about this. If you want to think about what your response is going to be. It's not like Matt Mercer, has like a meeting and says, all right, guys, this is what's going to happen. You guys are going to do this. But look, seeing as his wife is one of the players, let me tell you, brother, about that pesky dragon. Good callback, Joe. Yeah, I mean, look, his wife could literally say, hey, you want me to give you a head in the next half year? give me a little heads up, what's going on. So you can't deny that they're successful. But here's Scott saying, like, no. Those 12,000 people didn't come to see Critical Role. They came to see D&D being played. So theoretically, like us three could have gone to Wembley, and as long as we were playing D&D, we would have sold out the joint.
Ooh, maybe that's 2025.
Should we try?
Double D, are you reading the comments tonight?
Yes.
Mean Gene would be the DM.
Yes.
Macho Man would be a gnome wizard.
Umber Hulk Hogan. God. Guys, crack us up.
Dungeons & Dragons is way bigger than Critical Role.
Well, yes, but it's like apples and oranges. I mean,
Critical Role is just one of multiple actual play teams.
It's like, I mean, it would be like saying, like, the NBA is just one of many, basketball leagues. Well, yeah, but it's widely regarded as, the
best.
The best, and
that's why
the
those
top.
players from Europe come over here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
and when our players are done, they go over there.
Yeah. Tora says, DD, love you, bro. Don't quit your day job to play D&D in Wembley. Are you kidding? I want some of that sweet gate money, Tora. 12,000. I wonder what they charged. God, I wonder what they charged.
Wow.
Well, they had to split that like 7 ways, after the arena got their cut. Still, I mean, $100, so they get 50 times 12. Oh my Lord.
I wonder what they got. They buy the ticket, sit down and watch. They get free fish and chips or something, or I'd go for that.
Hello, Governor.
G'day, mate.
Give you some fish and chips, eh?
Right. But the reality is, Critical Role didn't play Wembley Stadium. Dungeons and Dragons played Wembley Stadium.
No, Scott, no. It's like, you can't say that. We love you, but no.
And Tabletop News did an entire episode and never once said the words Dungeons and Dragons. And this is my point. Like, watch it. Watch the episode. Tell me if I'm wrong. You'd have to work to do that, right? You'd have to plan it. You'd have to have a meeting, and say, hey, we're covering tabletop role-playing games, but listen, everybody, and this is what I think was said. This I am positing this. In my humble opinion, some exec was like, listen, we're covering tabletop role-playing games, right? But just like the character sheet on comicbook.com, just like Professor Dungeon Master, just like Bob World Builder, we all despise Dungeons & Dragons. It's our bread and butter, Ginny D, right? Like, it's our bread and butter. It's what's going to feed us all at night. But let's despise it. Let's make sure we hate it.
Because he's not going to feed you at night because he's driving around.
That's right. Yeah,
I don't see any Chick-fil-A being delivered.
I do love when he tears into like all those guys for being phonies. I do think he has a point there. That they probably hate their lives right now. Yeah, cooking is much bigger than Gordon Ramsay. People watch Hell's Kitchen because they just want to see cooking. Thank you, Max. Good to see you.
It's Voldemort now. Can't say its name. Right?
So he's alleging that this site, Tabletop Role-Playing News, or YouTube channel, I should say, will not utter the words Dungeons & Dragons, D&D. They'll cover D&D, but they won't... Yeah, yes, exactly.
And that's my point. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like,
tell me if I'm wrong. Where's my goddamn food? That's right. Where's the food, Garibay? Where's the food?
Yeah, right? They talk about Dungeons & Dragons multiple times. They talk about products, events that would not happen without Dungeons & Dragons, that are very Dungeons & Dragons specific, that are going to be used on Dungeons & Dragons more than all the other products combined, but they never say it. And what I'm saying is that was planned. That was carefully planned.
He is very paranoid. He is a very paranoid guy.
Yes,
I gotta say. Yeah, from when we used to watch, some of his videos, he has not changed in that regard. Very paranoid.
Real quick though, Double D, to comment, Timothy, about Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs. I know this. I know what you're talking about. I actually saw that video, so that didn't go unnoticed, Timothy. Okay.
Scrambled. Why
he just made him real wrong, and no other chef called him out on it.
Oh,
during
really?
This thing. They were really, really runny, and he was teaching a class on how to cook scrambled eggs properly. And as he was cooking it, the other chefs that were there were just like, "Oh my God, that's not right!" But they didn't call him out in front of the class.
Well, he just probably doesn't spend any time in the kitchen anymore. He's getting
I don't think scrambled eggs would be something that he would be making.
Yeah. These eggs are crap. You filthy pig. Yeah, when he would have and I know it was probably just for the cameras, but I would always chuckle when he lit into like some
an
of those.
outburst.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, Dungeons & Dragons is our bread and butter, but don't you dare say the name. Don't say the name." And why can't you say, well, why, hey, boss, why can't we say the name? Well, you know why, right? We need to do what everybody does on Twitter and on YouTube. We need to say that Hasbro D&D is stupid. And then we all need to forget that Hasbro outsells all its competitors all the time combined, right? And if we say their name, it's very hard to not just have a D&D show. And yeah, you're right. Because if you're going to cover events in the tabletop role-playing game space, you're going to be talking about Dungeons & Dragons nonstop. And the reason why is OSR and Indie never do anything that's worth celebrating. Never do anything that's worth...
Oh, Scott, you're breaking my heart. How about Dragon Slayer, Greg Gillespie? How about Axe 2? Alex Macris? Plenty to celebrate. Plenty to celebrate in the OSR community. Come on over to our side, Scott. You don't want to be over there with those lunatics. Come on.
It's prominent. Never do anything that's significant. Never do anything that's innovative, right? It's just at the macro level. Every now and then there's a spark. But if you need to put on news every single week, D&D is going to be coming out of your mouth constantly, unless you made a rule to not allow it. And that's what. And so I guess I'm not a drinker, but if I was,
he ought to be.
Yes. It's like. Just reminds me of the Joker. My father was a drinker.
Make a drinking game out of this, and I think if you took a shot every time they talk about something that is D&D specific, or involves D&D events, or involves D&D products, or involves D&D in any way, but they didn't say D&D, you'd be drunk before half the show was over, right? You'd have alcohol poisoning.
Like Dr.
right?
Johnny Fever.
So,
remember
this
that
is my-
episode where he, like, the drunker
Oh,
he got,
yes.
the quicker his
Yes.
reflexes got. And the guy's like, this isn't working like we thought.
That was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Mhm.
Positive. It is my humble opinion. Tabletop role-playing game news has made a rule that Dungeons and Dragons is not allowed to be said on the show, and I think they locked it in on episode 3, and I think going forward you will not hear Dungeons and Dragons mentioned on Tabletop news, and I think it's calculated, and I think it's cruel, and I think it's wrong.
Cruel. So he is alleging quite a bit here, is he not? He's saying this channel is purposely shutting out poor put upon Wizards of the Coast 5th edition D&D. And he thinks it's cruel. So all right. I think we're almost done here, and then we'll go over.
How long not that I want to wrap this guy up. How long is this video? And how long have we been in it?
I think this is a shorter one, maybe like 7, 8 minutes maybe.
Okay. The reason I ask is he hasn't cut camera yet, so he still has not delivered this food.
Oh, yeah. No, it's 6 minutes, but like about 6 minutes.
6 minutes is fair from leaving Chick-fil-A. So there's, I mean, I know we're pressing pause, so it seems longer, but 6 minutes isn't bad yet.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm hoping I'm wrong on this. I hope I'm wrong on this.
Long shot
Typical
describes
Scott.
it, but not by minutes, but by miles.
How many miles is that, Garibay?
How many miles is this video?
Oh, this is a big one. Yeah, he had to go out to the suburbs on this one. This is a 12-mile job.
And also, maybe me just saying, "Hey, I see what you're doing," be enough to stop it. I think that's what's happening, in my humble opinion. I'm inviting correction here, right? Take a look at Tabletop. Take a look at episode 3. You tell me if you think that was not on purpose. I think that was 100% on purpose. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble.
At his house.
He's at the house now.
Yep, he's at the fair. Yep.
Send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.
Have a wonderful millennium.
Well done, Scott Garibay.
Yeah. All right. So he set us up. Like I said, that was as usual. We found 100 different things between us and the chat. It's because he's such an interesting guy. Thank
He
you,
is
Scott.
interesting. I know what his theme song is.
Paranoia may destroy you.
Absolutely, destroyed by the Kinks. Absolutely.
Paranoia may. All right. So it's odd because I guess this channel escaped my purview. And this channel started, I looked, in, I think, maybe March of 2022. So only a couple of months before I did. Now they have they're coming up on 7,000 subscribers. Good for them. Let's just watch this. So this is the channel and the specific episode, because Scott said episode 3. I looked. They released a community post and said, "Hey, we're working on episode 3." So I believe I have the right episode here. So this is it.
Today on Tabletop News, Queen, The Beatles, Critical Role? That's right. All 3 have played Wembley Arena to sold-out crowds.
Gaming audiences have all kinds of fun hitting the stage as we head to Off-Broadway to meet with the creators of Tabletop, the musical.
Plus, a dive into how the tabletop community is coming together to help those in need around the world. All that and more on your official stop for all things tabletop. I'm Brianna DeCoster.
I'm Ron Ogden.
And this is Tabletop News.
Let's roll!
Some of those girls were hotties that were dancing.
Yeah. And so
Let's start.
So what's the first thing you notice? What are your initial impressions?
Well, Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts.
I like her hair.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up that way.
One thing that struck me right away, and obviously being
It looked like that choreographed dance. I don't know why, but my mind went to Dora, like live action.
1 second here. Let me show you guys something here. All right. So this is their page. All right. So shade under 7,000 subscribers. 124 videos. Okay, one thing I noticed from that thing, there's some money behind this.
Right.
Okay, we'll watch a little further. Okay, these aren't, they may be quote unquote geeks. Okay, but as you'll see, they're also kind of professionals. All right, so we'll revisit this.
Magnificent Devil just said the same thing. Double D looks corporate funded.
I'm gonna get there, Magnificent Devil. Yeah, there's some money behind this, and I'm trying to figure out whose money is behind this.
Today with a look around the card game world.
John Woo.
New rare cards from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 25th Anniversary
Michael
Rarity
Bay.
Collection.
Eric C.
Yep, got it. Eric C., our old friend. First thing I notice is my desire to have RPGs leave the mainstream. Yes, it has destroyed the hobby. Yeah, destroyed it, salted the land, but we are moving on to another land, so...
Someone cast Raise the Dead on it.
And where did it come back?
Yeah, exactly, Eric. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, $5 super chat, and what more can you say? Yeah, we're just... but you know what? That doesn't mean we can't point and laugh, and we will continue to do so, my friend, as you well know. All right, so we won't watch all of this, but I want to give you guys like a taste of this.
Being released November 3rd, the set celebrates a quarter century of the popular collectible card game with 79 all-foil cards.
And this celebratory set includes 2 new levels of rarity that were previously only available in Japanese releases. These include the Prismatic Style Collector's Rare and the Prismatic Style Ultimate Rare.
Wow. As Yu-Gi-Oh!
Does her shirt have their logo? When they show her, like right above her right breast is like that little that emblem that's in that picture right there.
Okay, let me. I'll pause it.
25 years of dueling, Pokemon fans have an opportunity to look back on the Pokédex that started it all with a re-release of some old favorites. The Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet 151 expansion brought back the original 151
Brings back memories from when my boy used to play Pokemon.
I remember those.
God,
days.
yeah.
Pokemon with stunning new artwork in mid-September.
Ooh. Now, which of the original...
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah. There's some money behind. They're giving out corporate shirts. They got
holy cow.
They probably got their own merch. They got talent gear.
Little D, I'm starting to feel a little slighted. I'm wearing a Penn State sweatshirt, but
oh man,
where's the?
I almost wore mine.
Great minds.
Oh man,
yeah, give me some
merch?
time, guys.
Yeah,
give me some
holy
time.
Cow, this is crazy.
Just gotta find somebody with deep pockets to fund this.
Pokemon was
Holy
your favorite?
smokes.
I've always been a fan of Mew.
Oh, so adorable and sweet.
So cute.
I'm going to have to go with the answer that everyone gives.
Okay.
And stick with my crowd and say Mr. Mime.
Nobody likes Mr. Mime.
Charizard, man, Charizard.
All right, so as you can see, they're professionals, but
Yes,
you know
they
the humor falls a little flat. Like I don't know what I don't know what the right joke would, like in our era, it would have been like, who's your favorite Pokemon? And, we would have said something like, hey, it's Paul Williams, from like Smokey and the Bandit, the little singer guy. But you pick your small, your tiny person.
Billy Barty.
Yeah. But, they can't do that. I guess they can't do that anymore, can they? Well, you don't want to pick a midget because that goes over the line. So you want to pick somebody who's on that cusp. And believe it or not, the third video we're going to look at, there is somebody there. He's not famous, although who knows, maybe he will be. But yeah, you want to pick somebody who's just on that 5-foot edge.
I see what you did there.
All right, so yeah, it's they got a long way to go to polish this stuff up. But
look, if you get tired of catching Pokemon, you might try putting those skills to use catching cryptids.
But this isn't just quite frankly, some gamer, in his basement, cough, cough. This is somebody who's a wee bit polished, right?
Yes.
I mean, probably has some experience hosting something.
They got a crew.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think that they have someone to help them with sound?
They have a set. They have, I think I peeked ahead and I think somebody talks to him off camera. Not like we would, there's a director there.
Mm-hmm.
So now start adding this up in your head.
There is a lot of money there.
The set, the physical set, always, you got, and it's not just, I will say it's not a half bad set. I mean, they got to pay for that. They got to pay for talent. They got to pay for crew.
I bet when their light goes out, he doesn't say to the girl, hey, go turn the light back on.
Hey, sugar tits. Chop, chop. It's the red button.
Micro indie game publisher Cryptid Games has a brand new game coming down the line this winter. Court of Cryptids. Cryptid Games founder Rockerline Coleman says this is the fledgling game company's second release. It is a TCG-inspired party game with one or more players trying to trap a cryptid played by another player.
Look for Court of Cryptids releasing in early 2024.
You know, many of the games we play are inspired by the world of fantasy, so it's extra exciting when the inspiration finds its way into museums. Wayland Games, Europe's largest independent retailer for tabletop hobbies, is sponsoring an exhibit on fantasy at the British Library this winter.
The exhibit is titled Fantasy Realms of Imagination and includes pieces from all across the world.
Boy, they're getting into the weeds on these stories.
Double D, how old is this video?
Very recent.
Because they mentioned a drop in November, but they also mentioned something from September.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll check, but I think it's I think within a couple of weeks.
Longshot says that logo must be a sticker or a pin.
Yeah, it could just be a pin. Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's like a D20 on a hot plate.
Wide breadth of fantasy from Ursula K. Le Guin.
You guys don't like my logo?
Oh, love your logo. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Got 2 openings, guys. Submit your applications.
We're
Dash
going down to
Gappers.
the monkey cage today to find 2 new co-hosts.
Yeah.
Monkeys are too expensive. Grab a couple lemurs.
To J.R.R. Tolkien.
The exhibit focuses on fantasy literature starting with the Epic of Gilgamesh and Beowulf, to Earthsea and the City We Became. But it even has clips from games such as Skyrim. You know, I used to be
An adventurer before you took an arrow to the knee.
Yep, that was my joke. Exactly.
Was it a joke? What did she say? You took an arrow to the knee?
Yeah.
I was an adventurer until you took an arrow to the knee. That was my joke.
Is that a line from some famous book or something?
Yeah,
something that
I don't know.
Can any of you guys unpack that for us? Because I'm not that doesn't track at all with me. But yeah, I don't doubt that it could just be a reference to maybe something that I'm not getting,
Game or something that we're not.
Yeah, maybe. It's from Skyrim. Okay. There we go. Yep. We're not Skyrim. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah.
Thank
all
you,
right.
Jeff.
So they
And
rescued
Eric.
it. Yep. Skyrim guard line. All right. All right, guys. Jeez, you don't have to rub it
overkill.
in.
Yeah,
Jesus
holy cow,
Christ!
we got it.
Okay, every fucking
Figured it out.
everybody in the
Long
chat,
shot.
keep bringing it. Yeah. Lord, I never
Miller,
played
all
Skyrim.
right. If you guys keep it up, we're gonna talk about football. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be dolphin talk for. All
The
right.
exhibit includes an original video game from Fail Better Games, designed just for the exhibit. There's also a D&D exhibit covering the history of the game, from its creation 50 years ago to displays of some of the early manuals to today's popular UK D&D streamer, High Rollers.
There are LARP costumes, interviews with cosplayers, and magic cards. For more, we cut to an interview at the library where Tabletop News flew me out to London.
What?
All right, I think this is where the producer. They have a producer, so they must have a director too. Talks about going to London. We don't have the budget for that. Well,
What do we have a budget for?
we can get you. We can get you down to Cabo though.
Girl had to try, okay? The exhibit runs through February 25th, 2024.
We might not be able to take you to London, but we can take you to the Let Live Theater here in Hollywood, where you can check out Tabletop the Musical, a musical based on our favorite hobby.
I am so in.
Me too.
We got a sneak peek of the award-winning show during the
Magnificent Devil said that he just looked on their web page, and they have they have massive help. They have a massive staff.
Wow.
They filmed it at a community.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you something, so stay tuned. We'll watch a little longer, see if they utter the words D&D and prove Scott wrong again. Mama's wrong again.
Rehearsal for today's exciting Creators Corner.
Here's the certain thrill in a game of skill where each move is like steps to a dance.
Tabletop the Musical is about everything I can possibly imagine. Trying to find a way to bring your real world issues into a place where you can actually work on them productively, failing at it miserably and trying again, finding yourself through your own passions and being true.
Is this guy a therapeutic DM?
Oh, God. Just
what's the name of
so disheartening.
Connie Chang's world? Is it that word right there? Or no?
Veil room?
Valerium?
No. It's not Valerium,
Okay.
no.
All right, Jay, just double checking. Thought maybe Connie Chang was behind
It's
all this.
Andaka. Yeah, it's Andaka.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, Andake. Boring land.
Boring land.
Shithole land. As dubbed by President Trump.
To what makes you be able to function and keep going through life even when it knocks you down.
It's about everything in TTRPGs, meeting friendship, meeting real life and the fantasy.
Carney Wilson.
Hold on for one more day.
Is that what she's doing now?
Things, I know there's pain.
Double D, I know the reference.
All right. So
I know the song.
I'm
How those two
hoping
things
somebody
collide, and the story.
The blonde. It's like you had the fat one, then there was an okay one, and then there was the blonde that everybody liked, right? Yeah, sitting on the beach or whatever.
Is that we create with one another.
This is not a show just for people who like musicals. This is not a show that's just for people who like TTRPGs. This is a show for people who like people and the relationships that you build with people. This is a show for people who are looking for themselves in the world.
People? Isn't that a song? People who love people? Is that Barbara Streisand?
Something like that, yeah.
World that are looking for people like them, that are looking for stories like them.
Time is nigh, our by your side will fearlessly answer the call.
I've always found musicals and theater productions to be the greatest form of storytelling. It just brings so many elements together. And then when I started playing tabletop role-playing games, I realized that was theater with your closest friends in a small environment with ridiculous rules and crazy things happening.
Please tell me this is dinner theater.
What's going on?
Emery, I remember Up With People. They came to our school.
Oh, yeah. Up With People. Menudo, Up With People. Yeah. All them acts back in the day.
Up With People was real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a lie.
Jeff, spot on. You get the gold star.
Yep.
This is think of it. If you say like, we play a game, kind of like D&D. Oh, so you play D&D, and then they do a little research. If it's just some normie, and they're like, "Oh my god, look what these people are into."
We just didn't gatekeep strong enough.
Nope, not nearly enough. Not strong enough. This is what happens.
Ra's al Ghul got it right.
Yep, it's when you let the cockroaches in, they're gonna ruin your house.
House so dusty, even the cockroaches need to drive around in two buggies.
And you get to create the story yourself.
Emery claimed, Dr. Zaius. The Simpsons reference there. It's a good one, Emery. Dr. Zaius, Can I play the piano anymore?
Overkill
Of course
Joe
you
says
can.
they all played the bard.
It's like Rent, but more gay.
Always loved TTRPGs, played many of them over the years, basically since I was old enough to be able to understand them. But the music didn't follow too far behind. I've always loved music. I always knew I wanted to do something with music.
When Coldplay did the musical for not Lord of the Rings, the one from HBO.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah, this is what that's like.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
When they...
The parody of...
when Tyrion Lannister and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, good pull there.
And TTRPG seemed like the perfect fit.
With a roll of the die, you can look Lady Luck in the eye. Don't betray me now. You only get one try.
We are presenting Tabletop the Musical at the Actors Company in the Let Live Theater space.
It's running November 3rd through the 19th, and you can get tickets.
Get your tickets, guys. Oh, there we go. MB Stage. One of you guys, not all of you. God, I don't want to see all. I don't want to see the viewer count drop. But somebody out there, just go to mbstage.com. Tickets. See how much they're going for.
And where is this?
And where is this too?
Watching this made something die inside me.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, it died in me long ago, Rogan.
Oh man.
Long ago.
Tickets at mbstage.com/tickets.
Aaron, get off the table. Sorry.
With the roll of the die.
Ooh, you got the voice of an angel. Ooh. Keep your eyes peeled for the full interview.
You got the voice of an angel.
From the folks from Tabletop the Musical on our YouTube channel.
On the world stage, tabletop players are doing some great work to help those in need.
Earlier this year, gamers united behind the Turkey-Syria Earthquake Relief Bundle and the Stand With Ukraine Bundle in an effort to offer aid. The two game bundles combined for almost $25 million from over 500,000 bundles sold.
In light of more recent events, designer
Travis says $75.
$75. Holy shit.
Travis, do you know where it is?
Yeah. Oh boy, they're going to dip their toe in here.
Hollywood.
Gamers for Gaza, or Games for Gaza.
Mr. Wallace organized the Games for Gaza bundle, a collection of 256 TTRPGs and video games compiled to raise funds for the organization Medical Aid for Palestinians.
According to the organization's web.
All right, that's fine, but are they going to do a separate one? You know, medical aid for all the Jewish people that got attacked, or are we just worried about one side here? All right, that's as far as I'm going into it. I'm just saying.
Website MAP's vision is a future where all Palestinians can access an effective, sustainable, and locally led system of healthcare and a full realization of their rights to health and dignity. Physical games include Paradigm Adventures, the pocket role-playing game designed for quick games and newcomers to get into the genre, Together in the Ancient City, a duet role-playing game, and When the Music Stops, a one-shot story game.
Next week in York, Pennsylvania, the Bodana Group is hosting Save Against Fear, an annual TTRPG convention focused on supporting the use of TTRPGs in therapeutic settings.
Oh my God. Look at Rogan. He's just slack-jawed over there.
I am. I didn't think any more of something inside me dying even more. It's little deaths every word that comes out of this fat guy's mouth.
Magnificent Devil thinks it's money laundering.
It's got to be, right?
Holy cow.
I mean, all right, so let's... All right, so I know, like I have a video from Will Wheaton, okay, which is my most successful. It's got like 32,000 views, and they'll tell you like the estimated revenue it's made. Up to date, it's made like $75. That's 30,000 views for 75. So let's just say like every...
But that's, hold on. Is that a little misleading because you weren't monetized when that one came out? So do you get credit for all the past ones?
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm not sure. I tell you what, so let's even say it's like $100 for every 25,000 views, just to keep it,
okay,
easy. So, all right. So look at some of these. Let's look at some of these views that they're getting. It's crazy because I'm like, holy shit! I'm looking at all the money that's going into this, and it's like all over the place.
100 views,
114 views a day ago. I mean, unless it's like a more strictly gaming related, I mean, even mine, even though my strictly gaming related videos will do much better than that. 355 views 2 days ago. That's awful. They have twice the number of viewers I have, or subscribers.
Is that guy on the right there that I pointed to? I'll put the mouse on him.
Go ahead.
Him. Is that the guy that plays like Shaggy?
It is. It's Matthew Lillard. Yeah. He must be associated with the channel. Okay. Yeah. Good catch. Yeah. All right. So it's like, 355, 290. These are awful. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom. They mentioned Critical Role, 143,000 views. All right. So was that like $800 by my calculation, roughly, or something like that, which is fine. But I mean, that ain't paying the bills. All right. Now, this is what I would more expect. For a channel with a shade under 7,000 views or subscribers. Yeah. 2.7K views. That sounds about right. Subpar. That's okay. Every YouTuber has subpar videos. But it's all over the place. 40,000.
Yeah, 40 grand. The next one after that is 121.
Yeah, because it's like you can almost see they're playing the algorithm. Oh, let's mention Baldur's Gate 3. It's hot. 121K views.
Well, let me ask you this. How long do you have to view it for it to be considered a view?
I think 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
The one Pokemon, 119,000.
Yeah. But like here they tried with Mercer and they only got 2K views, then 400, 7.8. That's pretty good. That would be like, if they were like a normal channel, they'd be like, oh, cool, we had a pretty good video here. 2 weeks, 7.8. That's going to do well.
If you think about that one that you just said, 2 weeks, 7.8, would that be every viewer watching it once? Is that how many viewers
No, it's just individual views.
No, I know. How many subscribers do they have?
7,000.
That's my point.
Well, no, but because YouTube boosts it out to
everybody.
Yeah, everybody, and of course, not everybody, as we know, subscribes.
But I always kind of think like, I know that your benchmark, you always say like you like to see your videos get 1,000 views, right? Haven't you mentioned that to me?
Well, yeah, that's but now I've kind of upped that for kind of WotC related.
Okay,
put this up
so
here. So if you guys are interested in going, there you go. It's in Formosa Avenue, California.
Travis, I'm going to be there.
Yeah. So I would say at my level right now, if it's like kind of a juicy topic, I would expect to get 2,000 views now,
which would be 2/3 of your subscribers, right? Aren't you almost?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we're talking in like the first week or so. 2,000 in the first week or so. Yeah. That's usually when, you'll always get that tail on the end of it, but still. But yeah, these are just crazy. Like Candela Obscura, 119K views. Then this 1K,
if you
806.
Think about that play or that live action dancing, $75 in Los Angeles isn't a lot of money at all.
That is true.
No.
That's like the equivalent of like, I don't know, do the math, like cross multiple. It's $10.
Yeah. All right, hold on 1 second here. I get ads. My God. I know. So this is okay. So this is the same one that we were looking at. Trying to see if there was one. I thought maybe. All right, let's.
Magnificent Devil says they could be buying views on certain videos.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, are they buying subscribers and are they buying views? Which is a huge mistake. I know this from a fellow YouTuber. We had a really nice private chat, and he said he had heard, from somebody else how big of a mistake that is, because it will you'll think it's good in the short term and it isn't. All right, so therapeutic TTRPG.
The Madonna Group is a nonprofit that advocates for the use of tabletop gaming as a therapeutic and clinical practice.
The 3-day convention features
So now you have to answer, I play D&D. Oh, are you in trauma? If they just saw something like this, I didn't know that. Oh,
that's tomorrow.
Oh, there we go. The Wyndham Garden Hotel. Oh, it's in New York. It's a long haul, but doable.
Scott Garibay.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, I wonder if Scott's going to be there.
Workshops focused around the Bodhana Group's central mission. All proceeds from the event go to the organization.
The group believes the inherent benefit a person gets from playing games can be focused and utilized to make them better at math, reading, socializing, and expressing emotions. You mean to tell me that all I had to do to pass algebra was play more games?
Yes, because that's how I learned how to socialize.
Oh, there you go.
True story.
Arrow to the knee.
They provide services that include tabletop game programs in schools, hospitals, elder care, and community programs.
Elder care. I specialize in elder law. It's like Sal. Saul. Meat by products. RPG as a therapy tools are great. I work with PTSD vets via RPG. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I think there always is that good aspect to it.
Yeah, but there was also.
But I think there's also like I think that's probably a minority, pretty small minority. I'm thinking this is mostly just sparkle trolls who are, yeah,
playing D&D in nursing homes.
We're getting there, Percy.
Ethel,
couple more years.
Roll up your new Ranger.
The more white you see in this beard, the closer I get.
They also offer training and consultation to therapists on how to implement therapeutic gaming into their practice and collaborate with universities researching TTRPGs as therapy.
If only I had that as a kid.
Seriously.
So are they going to mention Axe 2 and its like kick-ass, like funding goal? I mean, like coming up on $300,000, which is just enormous for a game. Are they going to mention that? Something tells me they're not going to mention that, especially if they're talking about therapeutic games. They're not going to talk about anything OSR. Or if they do, it'll just be like Shadow Dark and that's it.
Raven wants to know if your beard can get any whiter.
Oh, it can, yeah. I threw a little color in it. You can't go totally black at this stage, but yeah, I put a little color in it, yeah.
It's going to be over our listeners' head, but do you remember that San Francisco Giant pitcher that dyed his beard like jet black?
Yeah, the Fear the Beard. Yep.
In the community, the popular bubble tea board game Sabotage just surpassed a big milestone.
Nathan sat down with Sabotage creator.
What the? What did he just say?
All right, no, I'm ready to throw in the towel on this one.
You know what was therapeutic gaming when I was growing up, when I was real little? Putting that round peg in that square hole.
Some people would say dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yes, dodgeball. Red Rover, frickin' Rover.
All right, this is the last one. This is not game related, but I found this on Twitter from the wonderful libs of
Overkill
TikTok.
Joe says with Alzheimer's you can run the same adventure every time, which would actually negate buying the deck of many things.
Yeah, exactly.
We only need 9 cards. We only need 3.
Draw your own picture on it.
It's like Memento. Yeah, have you seen that yet, Crazymouse?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I looked it up, and it doesn't have an English actor in it. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Guy Pearce.
Yeah. I watched part of the preview, and yes, it's something on my list.
Is that a Christopher Nolan
movie?
movie?
Yeah, That's why Double D recommended it to me.
Yeah, it'd be like playing with that guy. Yes. All right, we're gonna start over again. All right. All right, so this is from Libs of TikTok, famous Twitter account. I don't know what to say, so we'll just go through it. We can stop as we want to.
Really angry. I just learned something, and I'm kind of speechless, and I just want to capture some
BLM shirt. Now he looks. I mentioned Paul Williams earlier. Now this guy doesn't look like a little person, like a midget, but just based on like his features and all that, he's like 5 foot.
I'm not meaning this in any disparaging way, but he looks in the face like is it Giamatti? Paul Giamatti?
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. In the face, like if he was dressed down wearing glasses at home.
Oh, trust me, you're gonna want to disparage him pretty soon. I wanted to disparage him when I saw the BLM T-shirt, but we'll see what else he says.
Of what's going on and talk about this. So I've just learned that with my court case here, they filed the charges in my dead name. I'm trans.
Wait, what?
All right, so listen here.
He killed his name?
Gender, and I use she and her pronouns, and I legally changed my name 6 years ago to Danielle Tatiana Moscato.
After the glass of wine?
Barefoot Moscato, yeah. I think that's what my mom drinks. Well, these people are, quite ill. So I almost guarantee you he was looking at like, oh, this would be a cool like name. So that is Tatiana.
Oh boy, dude looks like a lady. Says Toll.
Yeah. Yep. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I hear you, brother.
Came out of the closet 10 years ago.
And that's the shirt you picked?
Good one. Good one.
Get him some Double D merch right away.
Yeah, well, it's like you're supposed to come out of the closet if you're gay, which is fine. That's a problem with half of these trans people. It's like you're just gay. Just you're fine. Just you're gay. Instead, it's like no. Let me.
Overkill Joe says go back in. So does Jimmy Byard. Blair and Jacko go back.
Go back.
Go back.
And they filed these charges in my dead name, which is an offensive thing to do to bring up.
So a dead name, in case you guys don't know, that's using a trans person who's changed their name and transition and all that, or have quote unquote said they transitioned. It's using their former name.
Their former name, which was given to them by a mom and dad who loved them.
Yeah.
And the one that's on your birth certificate.
Yeah.
That you used in grade school.
Yeah,
It's not.
And your driver's license.
I'm going to guess mom and dad maybe not quite so much love these days.
Agreed. Back then they did, but now
yeah,
they're
this
just
is
like,
this is one of those ones where you look at your spouse and just say we got to take the loss on this one. We tried our best. We did good for about 17 years, and then this person went off the rails.
I'm trans, says Eric. Proceeds to make no effort to look like a woman.
I was discussing this with a coworker today, and look, I'm not rude. I'll never view you as, in my mind, as the other sex. But look, if you look like Blair White, I'm going to call you Blair, and I will give you all due respect in person. If you show up saying your name's Tatiana and you look like this, I'm going to shake my head in disgust. Like everybody's disgusted, but I will physically show it.
Somebody's dead name for any reason. You just don't do it. It's transphobic. It's unkind to all trans people. There's no reason to do that. And anyway, so they filed these charges against me in my dead name. And so I was forced to...
I think it was Libs of TikTok, Chaya Rychek said that it was maybe like stalking related or something. Yeah, he's a creep. An absolute creep.
So he changed his name so that he wouldn't get charged with these crimes anymore?
I think honestly, in the back of their heads, maybe it's not for a specific crime, but just in general, I think they just have this mindset: I can get away with stuff more, by doing.
That wasn't
this.
me.
Yeah, they're getting.
That
away
was
with,
the old me.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting away with the big lie in front of everyone by saying what they're saying.
Yeah, great point, Eric. Yeah, Blair White and Buck Angel. Yeah, coming at it from different ends. One's a man who became a woman in Blair's case, and I tell you what, Blair looks. I will even say she puts in effort. Buck Angel's a woman who became a man. Yeah, they're both against all this stuff. It's gotten so bad that Buck Angel said she's regretful of her push for trans rights. Yeah, there are a lot of sane trans people out there, but they get shouted down and threatened. And God, I feel for those folks because they kind of did it when it was obviously atypical and but. I think people generally understood, about 10 years ago, like, oh, okay, there's a certain very, very, very minor sect of people who just, think they're born in the wrong body, whether they were or not, whatever. But, we're cool with it, fine. But now it's just insanity. As other people have said, it's just a social contagion now.
Show up in court and use, whatever limited leeway I might have with this judge about this to mention that I first need some more time to come up with the money to hire an attorney. I have
Oh my God, he doesn't have any money? Thought this guy was sitting on top of a fortune here.
Wow.
Jeez.
Imagine that. Golly.
So riddle me this. This is why slowly, like these women that are called TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists, that's what they hate these people, because let's say he goes and has his case and the judge sentences him to like a short prison sentence. Which prison is he going to? You guys tell me.
Well, he would want to go to the girls one, but
what? Because in a lot of places, that's it. Like he identifies as a woman. He's going to a woman's prison. Not everywhere, mind you. I understand that. But there are some places, I think, especially like maybe over in Great Britain, where this shit happens. Like these, and then of course I think there's already been a couple of cases where they get into the prison, boom, guess what? They they grape and do all that stuff. Insanity. Yeah, so have no sympathy for this person, by the way.
Disabilities. I haven't worked in several years. I'm in the process of applying for.
Hasn't worked in several years.
So he's in the process of applying for disability because he was too freaking lazy to do it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. God, look at those stubby little arms. Imagine walking up to a real woman and saying, "Hey, girl, I'm a woman too."
I feel you.
Do you remember in that New York deli, the Bagel Man? Remember that fight that happened in a bagel?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He looks like that.
He does, yeah. Yeah, the little shorty guy. Yeah, that's.
And then someone bum rushed him.
Yes. Yep.
I remember
that.
this.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen
This
that?
was a couple years ago.
Maybe I'll play it
Yeah.
if we have time. Yeah, I'll play it.
It's like it's 2 minutes.
Yep.
Tops. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Eric
Lots of
C's
grape
right
in
about
me.
that.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it does happen here. Yeah, I mean, I knew it probably did, but I didn't want to speak out of turn. But holy shit, creeps! I always say like you should play like Scorpio's theme, from like Dirty Harry. Whenever you're reading these people's tweets or like watching their videos, just have it on in the background for that unsettling effect. That sort of, something's very wrong here.
Disability benefits, but it takes 5 years on average, and I'm on year 7, and that's just how long it takes. And I have a GoFundMe, and I'm trying to raise the money for an attorney. And
there's an easy way to raise money for an attorney. It's get a frickin' job.
They're pro bono.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, good Lord,
holy cow!
It's like you can't work, huh? You can fire up a camera. So you can't do a white-collar job of any kind. I mean, you can't do a sitting job. You can't be a security desk guard.
I'll tell you what you can do. You do data entry from home. There's companies that need that stuff.
Yeah.
Inputting data from like surveys and such.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a temp agency. Tell them that you want to work from home doing data entry. I guarantee they can get you a job.
I got to think, if he's reaching out to people using this media, he'd be looking at the camera. But I don't think at any moment he really looks at the camera. He's lying. I really believe he's lying.
Well, I think I don't know if he's lying because the stuff he's admitting to used to be considered like, holy shit, why is he saying that? But nowadays it's just a brazen I got to GoFundMe. Yeah, I don't work. Yeah, I consider myself a woman and I'm not even trying.
But he knows he's wrong.
Yeah.
That's it. He knows he's wrong.
That's why he's not looking at the camera.
Yeah, I think that's more it. Like it's his subconscious.
Yes.
Like he can't look into the camera and admit. So maybe that's what you were going for.
Yeah.
Like, he can't. He's lying to himself.
Yes.
Yeah, he's lying to himself. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Yep.
I said I need some more time. This was very unexpected. And second, I apologize for being a stickler about this, but you're dead naming me in these charges. That is not my name. I legally changed my name 6 years ago. This is offensive, aside from inaccurate. It's transphobic, and I'm really pissed off about it. We need to fix my name on here. So I showed up in court.
I'm guilty of the charges, but you got to fix my name.
Yeah. Could you at least fill in the right name? Of course, I'm a stalking creep.
Wait, he just created his own job. Can I go back through all your records and change all the dead names to real names?
Yeah,
I just created an income.
Yep.
I can go work at the courthouse.
Yep. There's something out there you can do, my little friend. God.
And I had to explain this, and the judge seemed to be okay with it, at least. I brought my ID that has my name, Danielle Tatiana Moscato.
Like in like Little Rascals and like the Three Stooges, whenever they'd want to do like a really tall guy, they'd have a huge overcoat, like have one sit on he could like be the shoulder guy or the top guy or something like that.
Well, not with the name like Tatiana.
Oh
He
well,
wouldn't be
yeah.
the top guy. He'd
Well,
be
as
the
long as he
bottom
doesn't say his name, everybody's going to be like, oh, look at that tall man over there.
This guy's a bottom.
They just did that for an NBA commercial.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was the guy Boban.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
Boban was really three people.
Yeah. The one who was in John Wick, right?
Yep.
On it to show him, and he ordered that they change the name. And I know that the detective knows that I'm trans. Now I know with 100% certainty.
Are you sure he knows? Because maybe he just keeps forgetting when he sees your ugly
Are you talking about the
face.
judge?
I think he was referring to the detective.
I was going to say the judges agree to disagree. So let's move this forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gavel that shit right across.
That the prosecutor does too, because she was right there when
like no female voice, no wig, no female clothes. It's literally just a dude in a Black Lives Matter t-shirt complaining that people don't see him as a woman. A balding middle-aged guy complaining that women don't see him. People don't see him as a woman.
This makes me honestly have more respect for furries.
At least they put a little effort in, right? I mean, they got to do the costumes at least. Yeah, this is the most low-effort, lazy shit I've ever seen.
I said this. So the judge ordered that they change the name.
And trust me, we've seen some lazy ass shit with some people that we know.
On the filing, and they did, and I just found out they changed it to Danielle, which is my new first name, Brian, which is my dead name middle name, Moscato, which hasn't changed. So they made up a third name that is neither the name that the judge ordered them to change it to, nor my actual legal name, Danielle Tatiana Moscato. They changed it to my dead name for my middle name, my new first name for my first name, my actual first name that is my legal first name, and my last name. And
what?
Sounds like some wrong guy in Albuquerque's getting arrested.
That's because the clerk identifies as being dyslexic.
You wonder, like, is their goal just to literally just confuse people? I mean, I think it is partially. Like, get people just so off kilter, so confused that they just throw up their hands and say, "Yeah, whatever."
Just get the fuck out of here.
Just do
$50 fine.
Yep,
Gavel.
there you go. Yep.
I'm so pissed. Like, they were told to fix this because this is insulting and offensive to trans people and inaccurate. And they didn't. They fucked it up again. There's no way there's this incompetent. I mean, there's no way. You don't dead name somebody twice by accident in writing. After you're told, fix this, we might get sued. I'm so angry. There's no way this is an accident.
There's his money angle.
Yeah.
Sued.
Yep.
I'm going to sue the court system because they typed my dead middle name in this legal proceeding.
It's funny how people are the same all over. Like, I think all three of us are pretty good at sussing out people who are kind of on the scam.
Oh yes.
It's like, and yeah, I mean, I know it's pretty evident just by the fact that he says he's trans, but like Crazymouse just said, these little things like, lawsuit. So I'm surprised he hasn't, or maybe he has, like, done, like slip and fall, stuff.
I'm sure that he probably has at Costco.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's family tree is a stump. But I do agree with you, Surly.
Danielle Tatiana Moscato.
That's a shame because that's almost a pretty name.
Howard Hughes says every time he says it, we have to take a shot.
Just remember Rosanna Dana from like Saturday Night Live.
Every time he says dead name, we should all inject ourselves with some sort of chemical.
Yeah.
Imagine this
Good
guy
one.
going to the women's bathroom. That's what Larry and Jecko's
Yeah,
doing right now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm through being nice.
There's a girl in there.
There's a girl in there, and fuck you. I'm
and
sorry.
she's
just
12,
fuck you.
so get the fuck out.
Yep, sorry. Time to be nice is over, and just we had a trans man.
That's when Double D. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to go right to that bathroom thing. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and let's pretend Sophia Mouse is in the restroom, and I stopped this guy from going in, and he'd say that's offensive, and I would say, what's offensive is that there's a 12-year-old girl in there trying to use the restroom, and you're trying to go in there. Now I'm offended. Who's offensive is more important.
Yeah.
It's like their sense of entitlement because they use these freaking pronouns and bullshit stuff.
But the thing is, you have to look at the larger picture. And the point is that they and their social allies, and as much as I hate to say it, they're political allies, on the left, they want you shouted down as a transphobe. For even just doing like protecting your daughter, you will be shouted down as a transphobe.
Oh God!
It's the way it is. Like, look, I mean, you're already a transphobe for just sitting here and us making fun of this little creep loser. But still, that's what they want. They want normal, good, decent people to be so fearful that they will just let it go. This is how bad people win.
I think inside my head here, I take a giant step back and like, what do politicians and people of power gain from allowing this? I mean, they really don't have voting power. Listen, Bud Light is caught the lesson real fast here by riding on that train. There's no gain.
I think they get a general virtue signal by saying like, hey guys, we're on the right side of history. We're not, because all they have to do is say we're not bigots, and those people are. And then it's like, all right, we've been painted. It's like it doesn't mean anything anymore. And I think people are finally starting to kind of wake up to all this. I think there has been whichever side you're on. I mean, I do have a side I'm on, but like I think this whole Israel-Palestine thing woke a lot of normal people up, which is good because they're starting to see all these Ivy League schools. These parents are could be paying a lot of money for their kids to go to. These kids are cheering on these terrorist attacks and all that, and whether you're like I said, whatever side it's on, it doesn't look good. So I think some people are waking up to it, but there's still a lot of power in calling someone a Nazi and being called a Nazi. Now, it doesn't bother me anymore, because online it's just happened so much. It's like, fuck you. I don't even give a shit anymore. So obviously I had to get to a point to start the channel where I was there, because I knew stuff like that would happen. I mean, go look at the comments in my Will Wheaton video, and you'll see what people on that side think. So yeah.
Wesley Crusher.
But yeah, we are in a war on multiple fronts. It's
good
social.
Night, Overkill.
Good night, Overkill.
Good night.
Yep. I think long shots going. Yep.
Oh, long shot. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I read the wrong name.
Yep. Maybe they're both.
It was under Overkill, Joe.
Good night to Overkill, anyhow.
Yeah. Have a good night. Overkill.
Hey, have you too. You don't have to go, but have a good night too.
Good day, mate.
We're just checking in. We're just checking in on you. Yeah.
You don't got to go home, but you got to go.
They're sending me a message that I cannot expect fair treatment in this courtroom as a trans woman. That they.
So
but you're not dude. You don't even play the part.
Maybe they aren't taking you serious because, in a weird way, you're not taking yourself
completely
serious.
Yeah.
So
completely.
if you want to be a woman, God bless you, then be one.
Yeah, but you better put some effort into it.
Yeah, because you're not.
Yeah.
Right now, so they're not putting it. They're putting it just as much effort into treating you that way as you are to treating you that way in their courtroom. You're making a mockery of their courtroom, so they're making a mockery of your file.
If I walked around saying, "Hey, I'm a lampshade," you better darn well know I'm going to put its light bulb someplace.
Like Mushmouth.
Yeah.
From Fat Albert. Like he was a lampshade.
It's like, like I said, I think like even like the feminists and these early, people who, transition all that, I think a lot of them are waking up to it. Like these people are going to ruin it for everybody. I would like gay people to understand. And I think a lot more of them are waking up too. There's like good accounts on Twitter, gays against groomers, who go after people like this, who are like, you know what, this is they are, because, they put themselves, in the alphabet, instead of just, regular run-of-the-mill, gay, lesbian people. Now this is what you are dealing with. Every time I see that new, it used to just be the rainbow flag, and it's like, fine. But now they got the little triangle with the blue and the pink and the white and the brown and the black. It just becomes uglier and uglier. Is this Ron Jeremy? Yeah, he's like, I think he's Ron Jeremy. He's like Ron Jeremy's Quato from Total Recall. This is the way what comes out of Ron Jeremy's like abdomen.
Ron
now.
Jeremy was in one of those reality shows on VH1, and I did not know a lot about him. I mean, I know who he is, but he's super smart. Ron Jeremy, I guess.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah,
Does he have a PhD or something like that?
I don't know, but I know he's in prison.
Pimp and hose degree. He's got at least that. No, I'm not sure. I have heard he is smart.
It was the same reality show that Florence Henderson was on, and I just remember Florence Henderson didn't want to stay in the same house, so she was on the show, but she would be staying at a hotel, and they would bring her in, like in the mornings for filming or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
And because it's Florence Henderson, they were just like, no problem.
Yep.
Do not care that they're being offensive to trans people and to me personally. They want to send me a message that I am not going to be treated fairly here because I'm trans. That they are okay in writing with insulting me as a trans woman because fuck you, that's why.
Because fuck you, that's why. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, God. This guy did not have a strong man in his life when he was young. He did not have any,
No, he did not. No, he did not. The world is, as your grandmother used to say, going to hell in a handbasket. Now, they used to say it maybe from their perspective. It was, but like if you showed 1970s and 80s grandma like the way things are now, they'd just be so mortified they wouldn't be able to say anything. I mean, because it really is
too like I know that there's not a lot of them left, like a war veteran, like a World War II veteran. Like this is what you fought for.
Yep, exactly. I saw like a touching, like some old veteran just breaking down in tears. Like, is this what I fought for? He may have even been like a World War II veteran. He was so old. And he was just breaking down in tears. Like, I didn't, why I fought for, this and, this is what's happening.
Remember that there was a video, it was an old timer, maybe a veteran, I'm not sure, about it was like a 6'6" trans person came into his store. And they got upset at him because they didn't refer to him as she, and this guy just flipped out on him at this.
It's ma'am.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah,
it was
the
crazy.
It's ma'am guy. Yeah. I was gonna look at the. Should we do the Billy Squire video?
Oh gosh.
We'll do the Double D. It's run that thing for Rogan about Bagel Guy, and we won't talk during.
Yeah. We'll
it's
just
2 minutes.
All right. Yeah. 1 second here.
Really angry. I just learned something.
Oh, shut up, you.
We learned something too.
We learned something
that
from
you.
you.
Need a job at the courthouse fixing these records. Yep, Percy, you're right. I went up the beach for this shit. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bagel man.
Yeah.
Bagel guy beaten up or something.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Short. This one, the third
Here
one.
are the top 3 dirty self.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
You're a great woman. Why is that okay?
The great. Why is it okay?
James,
Oops. Oh,
you're a
jeez.
great woman. Why is that okay?
The great. Why is it okay for women to say, "Oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites. You should be dead"? That's okay.
I did see this.
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared.
Oh, man.
You shut up too. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead and attack me, big.
Oh my God. I just wanted bagels.
All right.
Ouch.
Short guy's order is up.
Yep.
Yikes. So here's the thing. In retrospect, I can kind of sympathize with that guy because I think when that came down, I don't think people understand, and maybe we don't because we're all three of us are married right now and still married.
For now.
for now.
But say anything.
But like I know just from a friend that I have, who he was married and then got divorced. And he was just telling me how awful it is out there. And, there's great YouTube channels like Better Bachelor. That guy is great. Joker. Just talking about how awful it is for men out there. And, basically these guys are just saying like, essentially it's kind of a black pill, but it's like, don't even worry about it. Just focus on yourself, get some good hobbies, cultivate some real friends, and just kind of,
Right.
Just live that kind of life. And
I've said to if me and Mrs. Mouse ever split up, I tell you who I told Mackenzie from Old Navy. If me and Mrs. Mouse ever split up, I would be single and I'd be happy.
I think a lot of guys nowadays would feel like that just because it's such a barren, bleak landscape.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people say like, do it, and then you know what? Save money up for like once a year for a trip overseas. There's places. And I've heard, that Better Bachelor guy, he's like, you'll have a lot of fun for a very little money.
Yeah.
He's like, if you go to the right places, and make sure you're taking care of business and wrapping stuff up that should be wrapped up. That you'll be fine in your life, just kind of living a stoic, male-centric lifestyle. And you just get women out of
jingle when I was single.
Yeah.
Just imagine the weight off your soul. No.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Larynjaco. Yeah, infiltrating. Yeah, I don't know.
If Panther's still out there tonight, did you get your book?
No, I doubt it. That takes time.
Oh, does it?
That takes time.
That's like 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's got to go through customs. It's got to, it's... He'll let me know. I gave him a tracking number, I think, maybe. At least up to the U.S., and then I think it's sort of... Mm-hmm. The problem is going to a lot of these countries is...
You know who's reading it right now? Some Somalian pirates.
Yes.
Captain Phillips has it.
All right. We still got 58 here. All right, do you guys want to see the video that ruined a singer's career?
Bring it.
All right. So Billy Squire from the 80s had a pretty good career. He started with Stroke Me, right?
Yeah.
Stroke me. Ah, you probably, maybe in the background have heard that. I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But he
had another really big song.
Yeah, several of them.
Chat, you can help us out there. But he did a song called Rock Me Tonight. And he made the unfortunate choice to do a video and listen to like a director for this video who was telling him like, yeah, no, it's cool. You can do this. I don't know who the director was, if it was like Christopher Lowell or somebody like that. But it essentially, I don't want to say ruined his career. It didn't ruin his career, but it took all the wind out of his sails, like all the momentum.
A current tour that he was on.
Yeah.
That's fact. It's been documented. It also changed. It influenced Pat Benatar to have more control over her videos and things of that nature.
Yep. All right, let's. Oh, hold on 1 second here. I got to do the thing.
Will we get?
There's always one more thing to do.
Will we get called out now for this video? Will this get?
It'll get claimed. It won't get. I won't get struck or anything by it. Okay.
Rocking the night, walking on air, gonna find me some trouble.
right, so it's a mid-'80s rock, right? You know,
It's a little eye candy for the ladies.
yeah, not too bad. So you're thinking like, okay, Billy Squire, stroke me, that's the song.
Someone else just Everybody Wants You.
Yeah, everybody wants you. Do. Good singer, and from all accounts, a good dude.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite Christmas songs he did.
Yeah, I just downloaded that. Me and Rogan were texting the other night about it as well. Yep, I just downloaded that to my Christmas playlist. Lonely is the Night, The Stroke, My Kind of Lover, In the Dark, Rock Me Tonight, Everybody Wants You, Love is a Hero.
Imagine having that sort of lineup, and then you do this.
I want you tonight. I want you with me. Make me guilty of love.
And so you're like, even for the mid-'80s, all right, you know, okay. It's your ripped shirt. Okay, is that a blue patch there? Like, what's on that shirt? Okay.
It looks like just some 80s fashion.
Graffiti, yeah. But like, okay, but, you know, he's supposed to be kind of, not heavy metal, but, you know, hard rock or, you know, whatever. Yeah, rocker. Oh, boy.
Here it starts.
Here it starts. All right, so he's sashaying his arms back and forth. People were probably like, huh? All right. What the fuck was that? All right.
I think if you guys remember, I sent you guys a picture of him as if he was in those historically black colleges marching bands as the drum leader.
As the drum leader.
Because he is that live when he is dancing.
Yeah, we'll...
We're good in style. Say walk right, you talk right. Your hair's so wild. That's not what I mean. We go down in the shadows and crawl between. Moonlight in the city, bring the vision to your eyes. Freeze in the moment, leave it paralyzed.
All right, so
everyone's saying don't get mazes and monstered again.
I think we're stopping it enough.
Who was the woman in the movie Flashdance? What was her name?
Jessica Biel, right?
Yeah, like this is what Jessica Biel should be doing.
Wait, that can't be right.
Or it's a Biel. I don't know.
Jessica Biel is
she's a little younger.
that's Justin Timberlake's wife. Jennifer Beals.
Jennifer Beals. All right, well,
okay.
Close, all right, so
well,
come on, you can't.
Like Jessica Biel's like,
all right, well,
yeah,
for an old man.
But like that's what that actress should have been doing. You know, that's the kind of things that you'd expect an actress of that time period to be doing in a video.
Not a rock guy. Throwing a pink shirt in the air. All right, there it is. That's the point of no return, I think, right here. That's like, all right, you might as well just lean into it because you're effed. When he starts flailing his arms like this, oof.
No.
And there's the money shot.
Inner Hulk Hogan.
All right. I don't know if anything is that worse than that. Oh yeah, now he's putting on a white tank top with a pink, like, it looks like a woman's like workout shirt over it. Didn't like women used to like kind of do that in the 80s too?
Yep. Newton-John, let's get physical.
Yep.
Richard Simmons. Yeah, Cal, exactly.
Yep.
It's like who was feeding him this, and why would he? And for God's sake, why would he?
If I remember the background of this, when the director was telling him all this stuff. In fairness to Billy Squire, I heard he was really reluctant, and the guy was like, "Just trust me.
This is gonna be great."
Yeah, we're gonna be cutting a lot of this out, but we just need the footage.
Is this the guy that did the movie Powder?
It's Joel Schumacher doing music videos.
Can you feel it right down inside?
That's the marching band.
Oh God.
It was Kenny Ortega was the director who ended up doing the High School Musical films.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That's it. Let's just say it's believable.
So he's a chicken hawk.
So for those of you not, we'll end it there. I don't want to risk the gods. But
The concept was initially Billy Squire's idea of him getting ready to go to a concert, checking their outfits and their hair, and then the other guy was taking too much time, and they were likening it to "Beat It" from Michael Jackson.
All right, Billy, I've got this idea.
Yeah,
All right.
just go with me.
There's
here.
going to be dancing, okay? There's going to be,
You're going to flail your arms around like this.
Cut off shirts. There's going to be rolling around on the floor. There's going to be ripping of shirts off. There's going to be seductive dancing.
You're going to be great.
Oh, so there's going to be women? No, it's going to be you.
Okay.
And also the other thing was, and I did remember this, and I just looked it up as well. I remember that they needed the copy of this video for MTV, and they were running out of time because they switched.
I think I'd heard that
and
too.
And they're just like, guys, give us something. It needs to be on MTV. And they're just like, here. Billy Squire says he regretted that video, but he didn't regret his life. I guess.
I mean, you can't let that define you. Look, it took the wind out of his sails. It didn't destroy him.
It canceled like their concerts were all going to be sold out. He was going on tour, and then all of a sudden it just sales just absolutely plummeted after this video.
Yeah.
And like I said, it did influence Pat Benatar to change some stuff for her video, because she made a video about airplanes, and the record label was the Germans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of Bill Paxton's first roles was as a German radio operator in that video. It's which one is it? I can't remember. I'm sure Chad will do it. What the hell was that? But yeah, he was. I was watching it one day and I'm like, holy shit, that's Bill Paxton. He's in there, he flashes on camera for a second.
Love is a Battlefield?
No, it's not Love is a Battlefield. The fuck? All right, now you got me. Now you have me.
Shadows of the Night.
Shadows of the Night. That's it. Yeah. We're running with the shadows.
Yeah, that's the one with her in the airplane.
Watch that video after the stream, and you'll see Bill Paxton as a German, a Nazi, operator. Yeah, great video, great song too. I love Pat Benatar. Yeah, Pat Benatar is the fact that she only got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the last 2 years shows how fucking corrupt that piece of shit is.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's a scam.
She's probably what did I have to dominate music in 2 decades to get in, or I mean, they put in Joan Jett. And Joan Jett's great, but I mean, she had one song and it was a remake.
Wasn't Joan Jett the inspiration behind Leather Tuscadero?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I got nothing against her, but good Lord, putting her in before freaking Pat Benatar, who had just hit after hit after fucking hit. All right, guys. I believe we have had a lot of fun, and we are not done yet, at least for the hardcores, but we are going to segue into a little bit of our live play. Adventures of Otto and Roland. But for those of you that is not your jam, that is perfectly fine. Be back here, next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll have more entertainment for
Eric
you.
C says Judas Priest is not in yet.
Absolutely, Eric C, you're right about that.
How is Judas
crime.
Priest not in there?
My first concert, Judas Priest.
I know that the one stipulation to
I like
even
Joan
be
Jett,
considered,
Howard.
don't
I
you
like
have to be 20 years removed from your debut album?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Howard, hold on one second, Howard. I have nothing against Joan Jett. I mean, she's great, but I mean, she's not anywhere near the talent.
She's not Pat Benatar.
No, not even close. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have anything against Joan Jett. So, all right, guys. You guys take care. Those of you that are going to nope out now, for the rest of you, we are going to do some Dragonbane live play.
For everyone that's leaving, have a good night.
Yeah, for all of you guys that are taking off,
super
love you.
chats and all that stuff.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. All
Thank
those
you for
super
sharing with
chats.
us.
Yep. And we will head over to Otto und Roland. So peace to those of you that are taking off, and we will get going here on our thing.
$10.
I'll get that.
Chris Miller, thank you so much.
Yeah. Chris Miller, thank you guys so much. Chris, thank you. Have a good night. Yep, we will. You have a good night too, Chris. Remember, guys, check out Mad Scribe Games. The link should be in the video description here. Get Chris's stuff. You know, you can get his stuff. You can get Pundit stuff. Encore is Chris's thing. Sci-fi, fantasy. Looks really, really cool. So, yeah, check it out. Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you. All right. Let me... I won't be able to see anything here if I... These MFers on. Okay. You guys ready over there?
I think so.
I'm ready.
I do declare.
Okay. So last time, Otto and Roland on the lam from the law. They have somebody chasing them. Bernard, the captain of the guard in Carlsfell, the capital. They are wanted for escaping from a paddy wagon, but also, as we found out last time, one of them, cough cough, Roland, killed Bernard's son.
I have a plan. We've now told the city which direction we're going. We confided in the bard that we're really going this other way. Now let's throw everybody for a loop and double back the way we came.
Sure.
All the word from everybody is like they're going north. They're going east.
East.
Now we go back a little bit
Well,
west.
you were going to head south, I think, to the coast
South,
last time.
but some people thought we were going north was where there was adventure. We could get lost real easy, but it's really dangerous. We told some people we were going east, and then we actually we told the town we were going east. We told the bard that we really were going to go south to the lake.
Yes.
Let's really go.
That's an ocean. That's not a
ocean.
lake.
Let's go back and hit the ocean from another direction.
All right, so do you see here on the screen? That is the you are here because you had just left Elpa, saying goodbye to Adeline, the woman you helped. And, Bernard was hot on your trail. You actually almost confronted him, but you slipped by him. He's still getting information, but you also got the impression he ain't going to stop.
Right.
That was his
That's
son.
my point.
Yeah.
So was it our impression that we were going to Dubourg or Civ?
You said south. The port is Civ. So that was the last thing you said.
So where's to the left of that where Roland's picture is? Is there another port down there?
Not a major one, no.
We don't need major ones.
Well, to get for like Transocean or service. In any other place, it would probably be fishing boats, but you could try your luck. I'm not saying you can't. Your best chance would be Civ. And Civ is a pretty big city.
But our best chance to get caught is also Civ.
Yeah, true. Well, or disappear, I guess, no matter which way you look at it. it is, certainly big enough that you could hide if you were skilled at it. But yeah, there is going to be the popo there. So yeah, to get to another major port, you'd have to head west some ways for a port as big as Civ.
What also is the timeline, Double D, since the breakout? Like how? A couple weeks?
I'm thinking, probably a week or so.
Okay,
probably a week or two. Let's keep it along those lines. Yeah.
To go back,
and remember, you guys have a horse and a donkey.
Yep. Yes, we are. Travis thinks we have 2 donkeys. That is incorrect.
yeah. You only have one.
We have 1 donkey.
Yeah, one horse that they had from before. I think that was Adeline's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we did name the horse Mule, right? No,
I'm mistaken. Make it super confusing. Well, like I said, as you heard up north of the mountains, and there's certainly you've heard adventure up there. There's this old wasteland to the east, but that's nothing to be entered into lightly. Although there's rumored to be fantastic treasure there, and then the south there's
Civ.
Yeah, there's Civ and whatever that promises, a boat across to wherever you want to go.
That blue line from Carlsfeld to Civ, that's a
major river.
River.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not many. There's actually there would be a road from Civ to Duborg and up to Carlsfeld. Yeah, that would probably parallel that river. That would be the major road. And you could expect a lot of traffic because everybody who would get off at Civ and wanting to go inland to the Empire would be taking that road. So,
to the left of that Carlsfeld, where there's another river.
Yeah.
Is there another thing going south that way? I see it starting the river.
Hold on one second. I will have to check my bigger map. Well, you really put me to work here.
Well, Operation Let's Not Get Caught.
yeah.
And right now, I didn't like that we trusted that bard. Like he could sell us out in a heartbeat.
There's something about him, but I respect what you're saying.
Trust that?
Something about him.
I think that the way that we knew him for essentially a night, and he was like, "Come on, level with me. Where are you guys really going?" And we told him. And someone in the chat said, "Man, that was not a good move." And it made me think, all week,
they're getting in your ear. Yeah. There's not much there. I don't know if you can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. There's, as far as major cities go, you're seeing the biggest ones there. But if Charlotte's out there, Hex TML is what I use for this map. Yeah, so the river does split up there, but it really doesn't go anywhere. Keep in mind there are villages all over, the land. So it's not just, just empty space.
Do you think, all right, from another point of view, we can still go to Civ, but maybe the last day? Double D, how long of a travel is that from Elpa to Civ?
All right, so let's say each of these hexes is 10 miles.
Okay.
And I think it's about 9 hexes to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's 90 miles.
So that'd be 3 days of travel maybe or more?
Yeah, 3, 4, depending.
How about the last day we come in separate? Did you see 2 people come in together? No.
Right.
Because we didn't come in together.
Yeah.
Double D.
Yep.
Final decision.
Yep.
To Civ we go.
Which route? So here you are. Here.
Yeah.
Do you want to go straight through the woods, parallel the road, go around?
Parallel the road.
All right. So we want to go down through this.
That's kind of the way we just kind of came. So maybe the other way.
So what do you mean, through the woods?
Or if I can have the mouse real quick.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
That way.
Oh yeah. On the opposite side. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. So
And
so
then,
you're thinking go this.
We don't want to run into Lothar of the hill people.
All right.
But and the last day of travel, we're definitely going to split up and not show up together.
Yep.
But the other thing is if that fucking guy, if Christopher Lee sees, you were the same two guys I just saw up there.
Bernard is his name, by the way.
Yeah, it is the same, you know, sir. Like, if we would have known you were coming this way, we could have traveled with you. I could have traveled with you. I didn't know that other guy. That guy, for the record, has not seen us together. When we were at that tavern, I was already outside. You were still inside. So he has not seen us together.
That's correct.
So, Double D, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go south around the forest the other way. Yep, you're correct.
So that'll probably add another day,
That's
you know,
fine.
to your...
And,
so you're probably looking between 4 and 5, depending, you know.
And maybe...
Keep in mind, you're on a donkey, too, so you're kind of limited.
Maybe when we get to Duborg, I can maybe get a horse or do something to get a horse. Or who knows, maybe on this adventure, we'll find a horse.
Yeah. Somebody said last time, add horse rustling to the charges.
That certainly did cross the mind.
All right, so you know, when you cut up through here, you're still kind of, you know, seeing the outskirts of Elpa. You know, and you can't totally get away from people, but you know, if you stick close to the forest, there's not too many. Yeah. You go around, and we'll say you make it here the first day, and this is just kind of, you know, it's grassland. There are trees, of course, but you know, it's just not as thickly wooded as here. You do see when you know, when it's becoming nightfall, that first night after leaving Elpa, you do see a small village ahead of you. You see village lights. You can see a church. Yeah, there's this, you know, like a small road that would probably lead from this village into Elpa.
Maybe when we approach that road, we put our plan into motion. We'll still stay together after this, but maybe we come into this town one by one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I'll say to Roland, you go, and I'll be a little behind, which makes sense. I'm on a donkey. You just ride ahead.
Okay.
All right. So who's going first into town?
Roland.
I'll go first.
All right. All right, so you're going ahead. Weary day's travel, you know, just kind of decompressing. You do have to pass the church. Just make an awareness roll, if you could, Roland, for me.
All right.
You need an 8 or under.
I've landed on a wrinkle here, so I have a 18 and a 2 at the same time. Mind if I re-roll?
Is it a...
That's an 18.
Is it an 18?
Yeah, we have.
If we were at a craps table,
yeah, we have a
that's an
craps
18.
player here.
Yeah.
Let
me push this wrinkle down.
Okay, so you head into the village. No problem. There's some people out. You do see an inn there, tavern inn called the Good Hammer Inn. You see, it's still a relatively nice night out too. Let's go now back to Otto. Why don't you make a awareness roll there?
Okay.
You need a 10 or under.
3.
Okay. All right, so as you're coming in, as you pass by the church, okay, there is a graveyard, and like a mid-sized graveyard, you know, with graves, a couple of, you know, above-ground crypts.
Cal's leaving.
Hey, Cal, take care, man. See, yep. You see and hear something like voices. And now you're coming at it like either from the road or just off the road or something. Okay, yeah. So
what kind of voices would it be Roland?
No.
Well, I'm saying because he's ahead of me.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You're pretty sure because you hear one of them is a woman.
Okay. Can I make out anything that they're saying?
You definitely, I guess with rolling a 3, you definitely hear one of the women say it's a group of people. You're guessing maybe like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6. You can definitely hear one say, "We're going to get caught."
I will keep that in the back of my head, but I will keep moving.
Okay.
So that way I'm not with these people that might get caught.
Gotcha. All right. So you enter into town. Like I said, there's some very light traffic, coming, to and from Elpa.
Just get more clarification. So it was one woman and the rest were men, or was it a couple?
You have
women,
no
a couple
idea.
men?
You have no idea. You heard one female voice above the others.
Tatiana that sounded like a dude, but was really a girl.
Yeah, that you would have to see up close and personal. You do know that you definitely heard a female voice say, "We're going to get caught."
Okay.
So,
I'll
you come in. Yeah, you can kind of see, the heart of this small village. You can see a couple of outlying farms, and then the heart again is the Good Hammer Inn. Across the street, you can see a smithy that looks like it's just closed down, for the day. Consider this like maybe 7 or 8 at night. You can see the smoke. You can actually see some of the workers over there laughing and jawing at each other in a friendly way as they're crossing the street, almost right in front of you to go over to the inn. Yep. Yeah, and tell me what you want to do. First of all, Roland, did you say you were going in, or were you scouting out the town a little bit more?
No, I was going to go to the inn, and I'll tie my horse up and just hang out outside for a little bit.
Yep. All right. You go in. It's fairly busy, small country inn. You wait about. Now, were you going into Otto?
Yeah, but I would maybe be an hour behind him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're settling into a couple of beers, remember to keep track of your coinage. You're you're running out of money, I know. So subtract. Are you staying a night here, or are you sleeping under the stars?
We'll discuss that.
Okay. You can take off a silver for food and drink if you're just keeping it modest. But after an hour, you see Otto come in.
I'll mosey on up. I'll ask for a mess of beans and cornbread, says Travis. Yep. I'll ask for some food.
Yep. They give you a fair tray of probably some kind of bird with some roasted vegetables. It's good. Are you guys sitting together?
Not to start.
Okay. Yeah. So I just picture you guys. There's a bard playing, or but you guys. You're hearing all these people, laughing, talking about their daily lives, and you guys kind of on the run, maybe just occasionally will lift up your heads, maybe, right? Looking at each other.
Talk, I'll ask how long to sieve?
The bartender says, "Oh, you just follow this old road here, and then it meets up with the big road near Duborg.
I'll
should take just a couple of days going by horseback."
Oh, I'm traveling alone and by donkey.
Ooh, he kind of smiles. He says, "Well, I hope you're not in a hurry, good sir."
I'm not.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit, probably about 3 or 4 days at least.
All right,
depending on how hard that donkey's working.
Yeah. But that was the point I wanted to make to the barkeep, that I'm by myself.
Yep.
And traveling.
Establishing your alibi.
Yep. And and if Roland wants to get a room, which I encourage, I am going to definitely be known that I'll be sleeping under the stars.
Yep. Okay.
Check for wanted posters.
These guys are on it. So let me roll for this here. All right, so odd, it's Roland. Even It's Otto. It's even, so I think it's Otto.
Was that a 7?
That'd be a 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a fancy 2. A woman comes over to you. Otto. And she seems to be, maybe like a worker lady, strumpet. You're not out of place. But she says, "Hey there, how are you?" She looks a little bit past her prime, maybe a little dumpy, late 30s, early 40s, but you, I tell you what, make...
It is Danielle Tatiana Messina.
It's Danielle Tatiana. Yeah. Make, for me... Just make a straight up, intelligence check. Which for you is 12.
14.
Okay. Roland, make an intelligence check. For you, that's a 9.
I got a 4.
Ooh. Okay. Plug your ears, Otto, for a second. In the paddy wagon, there was a woman, a hooker. I don't know if you remember. This is her. No. When you were sitting and got sprung from that paddy wagon, there was 10 other people from you, other than you two. She was sitting somewhere across from you.
All right.
She's one of the escapees. And one of the people that can place you. You see this and... all right, Crazymouse. Even if you heard that a little, just pretend like you didn't. You come to the, you see as this hooker is talking to you. You look over, and I'm not sure what you see in Roland's eyes. If you're giving him anything, let me know.
I'm trying to, trying to get any kind of signal of warning, perhaps if.
And she's saying to you, Crazymouse, hey, pay attention to me. She kind of takes your chin and pulls it back over. And she, her kind of big, but you would imagine very droopy breasts, when they're unsprung. She's like, up here or down there, as she points to her cleavage. She's like, I'll only cost you, just 3 silver pennies.
And I'll just politely say I'm not the guy for you. I'm, my purse is light.
She's like, oh. As you talk, she's like, do I know you from somewhere?
I'm from Elpa.
I could have sworn I've seen you.
I apologize. You don't ring familiar to me. I'm just traveling from Elpa. Just dropped my aunt off.
Someone comes by and grabs her by the arm. Okay. And this you recognize because he made such a scene on the paddy wagon that you guys got sprung from in the first episode. He's the red-haired guy that she was chained to.
I recognize it as well.
Yeah. Now
even
it's
with
now it's like
roll?
Yes, now it's like because when he opens his mouth, you remember him being like, "All right, none of you guys, get in my way. I'm gonna get out of here." He was like red-haired, loudmouth.
Does he recognize me?
He doesn't, and she's just kind of vaguely aware.
Mm-hmm.
He maybe does you a solid. He grabs her by the arm and he says, "Oh, let the poor guy go, Santa." He calls her Santa.
Okay. I'll go back to my cornbread.
Okay. And she goes to work on somebody else, but he sits down over there, almost like he's acting as kind of a pimp.
Now that I heard her talking more, does it ring a bell to the person we heard in the church? That I heard in the church?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Ones you heard in the church had the Had the voice of youth.
Oh, okay.
This is a past her prime prostitute.
I'm picturing Lana from Three's Company.
That's probably not a bad image. So, the music's a playing and life is going on around you. You're seeing Roland. You look over in the corner and you see a young couple staring into each other's eyes and smooching.
It aches my heart.
I'm sure. The Santa, who you know now is the prostitute that you were almost incarcerated with, she says, "Oh, come on, you guys can do better. I'm new in town," she says. Got to be somebody out there.
Putting my head down.
You hear the redhead, who seems like a pretty mean guy. You know, he's like, "Yeah, now you're just acting desperate." He grabs her by the arm and like pulls her down to the table. And she's like, well, you know, she kind of shrugs her shoulders. So for now, they're content to like, you know, stare at each other and bicker at the table. These two people who were chained together in the same paddy wagon as you and obviously escaped in probably the same direction. You would think cutting through that forest, perhaps, but, but yeah.
Travis wants you to bet a woman in every town we go.
Kids playing in the graveyard. Interesting, yeah. All kinds of stuff going on.
I'm not ready to take one for the team yet. At some point, handful of people, a lot of people in the end. Obviously, there's music going on, so there's some activity.
The Plymouth on a Monday night, or just like a Plymouth on a Tuesday evening?
It's a little busy. I mean, it's probably not like weekend busy, but you know, it's
Thursday night, payday night.
Yeah, Thursday. It's pay. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, maybe not that bad, but yeah, it's not depressing.
Well, I'll make my way closer to Otto at some point. And next time I grab a beer,
Mm-hmm. Just as you're maybe taking your beer and you're gonna pretend like you're gonna sit at it, like, oh, can I sit here or something? Yes. Or like that. Yeah. Okay, I kind of thought that's what you were angling for.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me know if anything else. I'm just gonna assume you guys are sitting together from that point on.
We'll be sitting next to each other at the bar, but kind of like two people at a.
Well, you were you guys were at least eating at a table. I know.
I thought I was at the bar.
Well, if you want to be at the bar, that's fine. You can walk up to the bar then,
yeah.
Roland.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you're just kind of standing up at the bar, sitting there. I guess there is a stool there. Watching everything. You feel a hand on your shoulder, Roland.
Okay, I will turn.
Staring into a big dude. He's squat, maybe only 5'4", but he's got muscles from Brussels. And he smiles at you. He says, "How do, friend?"
Good day, sir. How can I help you?
He says, "Forgive me for for asking. Can you swing a hammer? What's your trade?"
I did guard work.
Guard work. He's like, "Would you want to learn an honest trade?" No, he's like, "Not that the guard work is an honest trade." He's like, "I got more work than I can handle." He's like, "I'm the blacksmith. My name is Ewan."
Well, Ewan, I as appealing as that is, I don't think I'm going to be in town for very much longer. I'm just passing through.
He kind of smiles and says, "I get that a lot. It's like a lot of money to be made here. If you young people would just settle down and have some roots, country living," he says, "it's good for you."
I agree.
You want to have an honest life, right? You want to have a good woman by your side, right?
Oh yes, someday that would be a dream come true.
Meat wants to know if you can work from home.
He says, I can't convince you, huh? He's like, I'm
overhearing this, Double D.
Yeah. He's right next to you. Yeah.
He is, right.
He's not paying much attention to
And
you,
I don't
though.
want him to. Like, almost as if when he starts talking to Roland, I turn, if me and him are in a position just as we are right now, I turn my back a little bit to Roland in that encounter so that we are not together. But I'll just turn to the guy and to Roland, and I'll just say, man, if I was a little bit bigger, I would definitely do it. I'm trying to give, you know, Roland a hint, like, we could stay here for a little bit and make some money because we are running out. So I'll say, man, it's a shame I'm not bigger. I would definitely do it for a little bit.
Not speaking directly to Roland, just kind of like out loud.
Guy,
like
yeah.
He's like, you know, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give him a chance to overhear. Yeah, actually, he says, well, you're a little small there, son, but he's like, I might be able to train you.
That works not for me. Look at these hands.
Look at these,
soft like a baby's
look at these,
bottom.
these soft hands of
I'm
mine.
more of a numbers man, like the bookwork.
You know, I am not in a hurry necessarily, and I could use, you know, if you're paying okay and you need some help, I could hang out for a while. I can.
Fair wages for fair work.
What time do you want me to be there?
Tomorrow morning, just after sunup.
All right.
He kind of smiles.
I offer him my hand.
Yeah. He says, we'll discuss wages in the morning. As I said, it'll be fair, you know, fair pay for fair work.
I'll work hard.
All right, cool. He says, I'll drink to that. You know, he toasts you and then kind of walks over. He says, if you'll excuse me, you know, I have some of my other... He says, actually, why don't you come on over? I'll introduce you to the crew.
All right.
So you see his wife over there. She's big. You can tell she works too. She's got like, you know, pretty thick arms. You know, but like, you know, attractive, you know, but like just thick. You know, this is a small, squat, thick, handsome couple, I guess. And yeah, there's a couple of younger kids there. Not kids, but you know, around your age, maybe a little younger. And you definitely are, you know, sizing them up. You're just as strong. So
I will do that as I'm walking away. I'll give Otto like, oh fuck, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah, they pull you down and say, you know, like, come on, have a drink with us.
My last words to him before he leaves is I take a fake sip from my cup. We need this, and I'll just, you know, loud enough for him to hear.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. All right, so he hears that and then goes sits with him. And what are you doing?
Enjoying the mead and cornbread and quail or whatever, and that's it. I like the fact that it is we're not together.
Yep. All right.
Good night, Overkill.
Yep. See you, Overkill.
Good
now
night,
you're
Overkill.
getting credit for leaving.
Yeah, now you are.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
All right, so you're carousing with them. The woman, the prostitute Santa, she's going over to other people, and you can hear now she has reduced her price, almost like she was, you know, well, probably forced to. But she's like, "Come on now, just 1 silver penny. I'll show you a good time for, a half of an hour." You know, and everybody just kind of seems like, you know, sorry. This is a good, wholesome town here. But you can just see the dude, the red-haired guy, is just kind of pissed that nobody's biting.
When we were walking into the city, did I notice the Smith house?
I mean, the Smith shop is right across. Yeah,
Okay.
you actually came in with
those were the workers that were coming from that building.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, for sure.
That's what my character would want to know, so that my character can actually turn in at any night, because I'm planning on sleeping under the stars tonight, and I also do know where Roland will be tomorrow. So I don't need to check in with him again tonight at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do say like there you can stay. They do have a house attached in the back. You can sleep in the hay. Under a roof.
Thanks.
Yeah, for
If I had
sure.
a horse, I'd like to,
They're like, well, yeah, you can tie it up there. There is a stable in town. You can buy some food for it. Ewan says, just make sure it doesn't shit all over the grounds.
Right.
So
I'll ask for, before I leave the tavern, the inn for the night, I'll ask for some scraps of food, if they could just put it in a
doggy bag.
Yeah, like a sack or something. That way I can feed my donkey before I tie him up for the
no
evening.
problem. Yeah. Consider it done.
Yeah. That is my plan. And then I am content with Otto leaving.
You're going to be leaving?
Yeah.
To go where?
Sleep.
Okay. Just outside?
Yeah, just outside. Maybe not go to bed, but like just leave this inn with my donkey. Find somewhere that I can stay, maybe on that map or like on the outskirts of the woods. Camping. I'll go camping for tonight.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so you lead your donkey. If you want to head to the woods side, you can do that.
Yeah.
Although, keep in mind, you're probably a good couple of miles from the true woods, but there are trees here that you can nest under.
Yep, absolutely. That is my plan for this evening.
Okay. And your plan, Roland?
I will go to the smith's place and I will sleep in his barn.
All right. So you are split up for the night, and I guess you will just probably take it on trust that you'll be able to run into each other, of course.
Well, that's why my character, that's why I made that point to know, like, I know exactly where he's going to be at the crack of dawn tomorrow.
Yep. Good thinking.
Yep.
Make an awareness roll there, Otto.
Okay. 10. That is a critical success. I rolled a 1.
Dingy, dingy, dingy.
Okay. As you're going, you actually have to go on the side of the church. But you're not at the church. You're just it's on the same side of the road.
Right.
You can hear in the distance a scream, a couple of screams, and then yells.
Like the woman.
There's a woman's voice mixed in there, but there's also shouts that you think are masculine. It's a bunch of people yelling and screaming.
Would it be more than the group I heard coming
No.
in? Same amount of people?
What do you do?
As I'm walking,
it's probably, as far as distance, you're probably like a couple of football fields away, maybe like 200 yards.
And is it in the direction I'm walking, Double D?
Yeah, like I said, you're on the same side of the road, so you could.
I'll kind of make my way. I'll be walking and I'll be holding the straps to the donkey I'm not going to put my weight on the donkey tonight. So
okay, so you're just walking, not going with urgency, right?
No, just walking up there. Yep. Sounds like I'm going to be bumping into in about 200 yards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You walk up, and you're getting a sense that something isn't right.
Do I see any of the people, or is it all
well
just...
out of the shadows? You're walking up. You're coming up on that graveyard behind the church, and you see a figure running towards you in the donkey, and you're hearing screams and sobbing, but it's almost like being carried on the night air.
Mm-hmm. Is the person running towards me a man or a woman?
Looks to be a man. He's more like hobbling towards you.
And I'll ask him, when he gets close enough, is everything okay?
He just looks at you and says, "Oh God, and then he like falls down, and he's holding like his side.
Does he look like he's been cut?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can tend to him a little bit, see what's going on.
Okay, as you're kneeling down, why don't we make a healing roll? See if you can staunch that bleeding.
That is a 10 for me.
Surly says bad things in the forest.
8.
Okay. You stop the bleeding, you hope in time.
I'll tell him, hold this rag here.
Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, there's and then you see a couple of other figures coming, and they are running fast, like behind. It's another man, or these seem like they're around your age, young adults, and 2 women. And
are they slowing down when they're approaching?
When they see you, they're immediately like, oh, "Who's that?" And then they see that you're, kind of tending to their friend, and they're like, "Oh my God, we gotta go! He's coming! We let it out. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She's saying to the
Did I hear
to the
her
guy on the
correctly when
ground.
She said we let it out.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be looking past them to what else is coming. Yeah. Then
They get hit their friend up on his feet, and they're like almost like dragging him. They're like
Helen Winslow style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're saying, "Mister, you should go. There's something bad coming."
And I'll say, get him to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be watching. Everyone's saying, "Draw that dagger." That is my plan. I'll have my eye on to what's coming next.
In the moonlight, coming across the grass from the graveyard, you do see something, and it looks armed too. And you're like, "What the hell is that?"
Kruger says it's just Scott Garibay.
It's just All right. It gets close enough, and that's it.
Oh, jeez.
Walking slowly, but not like zombie-like. It's walking with some purpose.
I will
silently. Its eyes have this little red dot in them.
I will.
You behind you. You can hear the kids. They're getting away, but you can still hear them screaming in terror.
I will grab the reins of my donkey and rustle across the street to see if the thing is following.
You're not in the street really right now. You have to kind of try to I guess make it an escape, for lack of a better word.
I'll do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if it's actually going to follow me, or if it's determined to chase these kids that let it out. So that is my plan.
All right. It's moving a little quicker than even you would suspect, and it's following you now. Okay. So why don't we do an initiative here?
Okay.
It's getting within within range. You're thinking like, oh well, all right, that's really messed up. I've never seen the dead walk. This is for you. You get a 5. It gets a 1.
Okay.
And I'll just say all that means is he's moving a lot quicker than you think, and he is now within striking distance. So he comes up on you, and you can now attack him, but he's essentially doing like a double move.
I will. I'm going to defend myself.
Okay. All right, so he's not going to be able to attack this time. So you get your dagger out as he's coming up on you, silently. Just the night air whistling as you're staring for a moment just into the face of this creature.
Would this be double D on the attack? Is that under grip? I'm looking for damage or for attack.
Just use the dagger stats, right?
It says grip 14, damage die 8.
Grip is one hand.
Okay.
Grip is one
so
hand.
What is
damage is
attack
die.
Then I'm drawing a blank here.
You're just using your You'll just be using your knives skill. Remember, it's just a skill based.
12. Okay.
All right. So he's coming up on you, and you are now getting ready for an attack. So
Yep.
we will we'll do one more one turn here, and we'll see who wins the all important initiative. We'll say maybe you go out for a breath of fresh air, Roland,
Yes.
and you see these kids running into town. You see them in their current state.
All right. I'll hop out and ask them, what is going on?
They say, "A creature we didn't mean to. We were just fooling around. Oh my God, it's alive. It's alive after all these years."
Where is this creature at?
That's for you, Otto. A 7 for it. But the graveyard, there was somebody's there. I mean, they just and he's hurt. Right now people are starting to come out and filter out, and they're like, "Oh my God, the boy's hurt!" And they are immediately like doting on him, and the women are just hysterical. The other dude seems like he's in a bit of shock.
All right,
they just point by the graveyard.
I'll grab my change shirt and try to put it on while I'm running with my sword.
Okay, all right, noted. Going to be a couple rounds though before you get there.
Right.
All right. You want to make an attack?
Yes, I do. And knives is a 12. And unfortunately, I got a 13.
Okay. It moves out of the way quicker than you even, thought it could. And then it attacks. It has a old rusty sword.
Okay.
That is a 2.
Okay.
That is a... All right. So I don't think you have much armor on, if any.
I don't.
Yeah.
I always have leather armor on, which looks like a 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, you would remember you subtract out the armor rating from this damage. So 2 minus 1 is 1 point of damage there.
Okay.
I will, as a veteran, keep my card.
Okay, you'll have to get within range. You'll have to get within range to keep it. Because you're not right now. You're not even in combat
I was just
range.
thinking that, to pace myself.
Oh
faster.
yeah. Yep. Sounds good. All right, let's do one more round. 5 for you. You'll always be it gets
Okay.
to go first. That is a 4.
Okay.
And 2 more, so 1 more point. So
Okay.
you've taken 2 total.
And now it is my turn to attack.
Yes, he's swinging the sword like he's learning how to swing it
Again?
once more, and he's
Yeah.
you can tell he's every time he strikes true a little bit, nips you a little, he does this little flourish, in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking up, you're just around a couple of trees, you can actually see the road in front of you. It's probably a good maybe 50 yards in front of you. But he's got you hemmed down here outside the graveyard, underneath a couple of trees, under the moonlight.
Okay.
The soft, pale moonlight.
Let's see if I can hit this guy. 8. So I did hit.
All right.
Double D, massive question here.
Yes.
On the bottom it says damage die 8, but on top it says damage die 4.
You got a true dagger, right?
Die 8. And then
You have a, hold on. You had a piece of glass before, right?
Yes, no, I have. That was before.
Now you have a true dagger.
Yes.
It's die 8.
Okay. Two.
Okay. All right, so I'll tell you what. Make an acrobatics roll there, Roland. We'll see if you can put the shirt on and run your ass.
Perfect 20.
All right, you got it inside out. It's inside out.
The sleeve is caught when you get clothes out of the
dryer.
dryer.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Yeah, you're you're in a hurry doing
Trying
it.
to put the shirt on. How do I get my foot in there?
Yeah, I can't comment on this. I can't comment on that, Surly. You know I can't. That would be cheating. All right, so for Otto, 6. Creature 5. It's moving its jaw
Mhm.
Like it wants to say something, but there's no voice there. You'd swear it's almost mocking you from its general demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, another hit.
Okay.
5 through 3 points of damage, taken down to 2,
more.
so
So I'm
4.
taking 4.
4 total. Let's see, and you are 14 hit points.
Yep.
Okay.
I also hit Double D with an 8.
Gotcha.
And I rolled an 8 for my
nice.
damage.
Okay. You splinter a couple of ribs, maybe even shearing one off,
Okay.
with the thrust.
And now I'm gonna back up more.
Okay.
Defensively.
All right.
Towards the town to draw him into where there's more help.
All right. Sounds good. All right, so you're kind of moving the combat a little bit.
Correct.
Understood. Damn, it wins again.
It's okay.
It's almost like it was upset that you dared hit it. Damn, 4, 1 point.
So I kind of slide out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean you still take 1 point. There's a minimum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
All
always
right.
a minimum.
Oh, okay. All right.
But he's just nipping you, or maybe you're just a little too quick for it.
Yeah, and I will keep, moving towards, but I'll also
Mhm.
attack again. I rolled a 6 for my hit, and a 3 for my damage.
3. Okay.
How I know we're only moving 5 feet at a time or whatever, but I got it.
Well, you can hear somebody behind you saying I'm almost there, and he literally does have one sleeve in. It's up to you. If you want to try to put this on, you're going to be delayed. If you want to go without it, you can get there right now.
Throwing it off.
Throwing it off.
Yeah.
Good lad. All right, so Roland, that's you. 7. Otto, 3. Creature, 10. All right, so you guys caught a break. So Otto, you're actually first, which makes sense.
5.
Damn. Okay.
2 for damage.
2. Okay. Yep. You're having an effect, but it's so many bones. You're just kind of shoving it in between. All right, now we'll just say you say F it, and you're running up, Roland. Go ahead.
Am I charging in?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It is a miss.
Ah. All right.
5, 1.
All right. So 1, 2, or 3, it's you. 4, 5, or 6, it's Otto. It's you. Now you are unarmed. You are not armored.
No armor.
Unfortunately, that is a critical success. I rolled a dragon.
Oof.
And 5 hit points to start. 4 more for the double damage. 9 points. So you come in, kind of like lumbering. It gashes you right across the top of your chest. Fortunately, it doesn't get you your intestines, but he cuts down in some areas to the bone, and you go white hot numb.
Can you click off that Double D so I
Yep.
can read the comments?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah. All right. Initiative. We got to finish this guy off.
I am not detoured.
Yep.
I should have grabbed my shield.
We have them. They're called trees. We can run behind them.
As you're kind of you kind of run by, and you're kind of laboring, and it sees the damage it caused. It kind of turns its head, and you can see in mocking laughter. It's totally silent, but almost as if it would be laughing, like that. And then it keeps getting faster and faster with this sword. The dust of the ages is now starting to get unsettled, and so you're going to need a good, strong stroke to get rid of this guy. You can tell. You're starting to fear for your very lives. Roland? 1. Now you can do your special ability. keep that card, right?
Yeah, yes.
8 for you, Otto. 3 for the creature. So it's going to go you, the creature.
All right. I hit.
Damn. Okay.
10 points. 10 points.
10. Okay. It reels back. Its left arm is gone. All of its rib cage is gone. And now there's like an opening to essentially like cut it in half, like at the spine. But in fury, it lunges at you. This thing is very badly hurt, and it misses.
Oh, good.
The 13.
Good. I
All
will
right.
try to hit that opening.
Okay. Tell you what, do it with a Bane, and you
roll 2 and take
2 and take the worst. Yeah, if you're aiming it just at that.
A 3 and a 10. So.
And that's a hit. Yeah, because the worst is a 10, right?
Yeah.
And you got knives of 12. Okay. You do a pinpoint assault.
And what is that? Double? Two dice?
I tell you what, you don't even need to roll it because this thing was teetering on the edge, and now that you can get right at its spine, you know where the vital spot is. You sever its spinal cord, and it falls in two. However, it's still like moving on the ground.
Kind of like White Walker and
Yeah. It's just kind of like, its sword went flying. It's trying to like turn itself over. The legs are like stomping on the ground. You're horrified at this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come up and kick you.
I'd like the donkey to fucking kick it.
Yeah, the donkey you hear in the background, you hear with all the, with the blood and the, like, ooh, ooh, it's just starting to wander off. Yeah, Panther says, remember to come back so you can be a strong skeleton. Yeah. So what do you do? By now, people are starting to like filter. They're starting to come up on the scene.
I'll run over and try to staunch the bleeding on Roland.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the first ones get there, and it's actually Ewan and a couple of the folks from the tavern, right behind him. He says, "My God, what deviltry is this?"
And
then,
as I'm trying to like put a cloth into the gash, I'll say this creature came from the graveyard.
Everybody looks at each other. They're like, those damn kids. They couldn't let the dead sleep. But they're like, what do we do with it now? As it's just kind of like on the ground, like trying to scrape, maybe trying to like look and find its sword.
And I'll turn as I'm, tending to a wound. I'll say, light it on fire.
He says, Ewan, and then some of the others come up and they say, yeah, you hear him murmuring, but you're trying to like get.
Do you want me to roll a heal or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a heal, and we'll just make sure you
is
can.
10 for me.
Yeah, no, he will need to rest to actually get
17. Sorry, buddy. I'm ripping it open more. I'm
right.
peeling an orange here with your rib cage.
All right, he's not in any danger of dying, but holy smokes, what a gash that thing put. But now some other people are coming over too, and they're like, oh my God, look at how badly hurt, and then people are starting to wise up. Like these two they took this thing out. So there's like, those are the ones that took that thing down. Ewan, somebody brings his sledgehammer from the smithy. And somebody else has some oil, and unceremoniously, he takes his hammer, and he says, to hell with you, as you guys are kind of watching, and he just smashes, what's left of the creature, every bone in its skull, its rib cage, and then its legs, and then they have a little fire, from obviously away from everybody, so they're burning the remnants, and they're bringing more oil. Now Ewan comes over and says, "Oh my God! If it's not the lad that I just plucked from obscurity to work in my smith. Oh my Lord!
I don't think I'm going to make it tomorrow morning."
I'm gonna call in sick, sir. He says,
"Any PTO?"
I'll say to I'm trying to keep my head about me. I mean, I heard the crowd say those two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to separate myself from this right now, and I'll say, thank you, good man, for coming to my aid.
Yeah. The crowd is saying, like, "Are you hurt? Are you hurt?"
And I'll, just a nick. I'm good, even though it's 4 nicks. I'm good.
Yeah.
He's definitely the worse off, and I'll say, like, I can't let my donkey get too far away.
Yeah.
So
he says, "Okay." He says, "Well," he says, let's get this lad, over to my house. You'll be sleeping inside tonight, lad." He says, somebody fetch the leech, the doctor, he says, we'll get you patched up. You'll be swinging that hammer in no time. He says, "But I'm so glad that I met you. You are a brave lad, and so is your friend. Oh wait, where is he? Is he like looking around, like, where did he go?"
And I'm not hiding. I'm just running after my donkey. Man, that's my ride.
He just says, "Tell your friend he's more than welcome too."
I've only met him this night.
Oh, very well. Well, you've shed blood together, so he is. Some would consider that being brothers
in blood.
In blood. Why don't we leave it there?
Excellent.
All right, good place to stop.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, you guys are fantastic as always. God, it still blows me away. There's about 30 people sitting around watching us f around playing little Dragonbane. Thanks for you hardcores, the heart and soul of the channel. We love you.
Meat wants to know if they're already on benefit health care.
Yep. When does your coverage kick in? I guess that's what we have to know. All right.
When do I join the union? When can I join the union? Is it 30 days or?
All right, so that's your weekly dose of Double D. I'm still working on this video. I keep getting sidetracked by real life and real work, but I think it'll be a pretty good one, hopefully. So I'm going to take my time on it and do a good job for you guys. So hopefully you'll be seeing that before next Wednesday. But until next Wednesday, you will definitely see us then. So I think we might have Venger on next week. He wants to come back, talk a little bit. So we'll talk a little bit with Venger. Oh my Lord! Right under the
gun.
Under the gun. Great stream. Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much, buddy.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that really means a lot. You guys like this, and like I said, we love doing it for you.
Yeah,
So
Panther, you're right. Real life ruins shit.
That's right. It does. Yeah, it did this week a little bit for. Had to
story.
Put out a couple of fires at work and all that. So, all right. Stand by for a word from our sponsor, and then I will let you guys go.
Good night, everyone.
Peace. Love
Good
you
night,
guys
everybody.
all. Take care.
a tiger. You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get away. Holy diamond. Yeah. Got shiny diamonds, like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something is coming for you. Look out! Race for the morning. You can hide in the sun till you see the light. Oh, we will pray it's alright. Gotta get away. Get away. Between the velvet lies, there's a truth that's hard as steel. Yeah. I'll say the veils will never die. That's a never-ending wheel. Say, holy diver, you're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid. Jump! I jumped that tiger. You see he's hot, but you know he's mean. Something like you'll never be seen. Wow. You've been down too long in the midnight sea. What's becoming of me? Hey, red tiger. You see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean?